Okay, we're live. All right. Now, we got volume here. Let's hit the play button here. I take a second for it. Come on.
All on to go. There's the clock. Why can't I change the time for the clock?
Why isn't this going live? It says we're live. For those of you that are watching, welcome. It's 30 minutes before we go live, and we're attempting to test and go live. Okay. Whatever. All right, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I mean,
Yeah, something's not right.
it's picking something else up.
It's not picking us up at all. Well, let's turn this up first and foremost. Okay, we're too hot. Yeah, we're too hot. Okay. So, which is odd because it doesn't show that on here. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I can't change the time. The auto wants to go to 20.
Okay. Let's see what we do here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We'll take that down a little bit and see if that calms it down.
The auto goes to 20, and I can't change it to anything else. Better? Yep, cleans it up. Oh, I think I gotta do this word way goofy.
All right. All right. Check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, here's what we're going to do, though. We're not going to trust this computer. I'm going to go to YouTube on my phone, and I'm going to test it that way. Yeah, we're getting an echo in there somewhere. Oh, that's the wrong video on top of everything else. Okay, Green Wave Soccer, Green Wave Football. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 7, 9, 4. Oh, that's the whole channel on top of everything else. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 7, 9, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's still an echo in there. See? 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that part's good, but we've got an echo in there somewhere that it's picking up, and I don't know why. We got to figure that part out. No, it's not. It would be there too. Yeah. Well,
So that's
I mean, it just shouldn't. It shouldn't be that way. Nothing else is going out of here except for what we send it. Okay, so that's fine. But for whatever reason, it's picking up something back here. Okay, let's see. That's all muted. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry about that.
Okay, good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New test. Camera audio, or actually computer audio off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. New test. Camera audio, or actually computer audio off. Right clicking. I'll do. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
he's gonna announce, I'm gonna do the pregame intro, but then it's funny to announce weird stuff at the anyways. Then we thunderstruck. And I don't know where he has. So I'll let you, it's the Celsius. Big luck. Thanks. So yeah, that was. I don't know if he has it in there somewhere.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX live sports broadcast. Tonight, we're bringing you Minnesota high school football as your East Grand Forks Green Wave take on the Perham Yellowjackets. East Grand Forks putting the 2-0 record on the line, off to a strong start so far this season. We are broadcasting tonight's game over the radio waves on 1310 AM, 107.9 FM, and we're also video streaming online. To access that video stream, you can go to knoxradio.com and click on the live sports tab. This pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, and also Signature Graphics and Apparel. So like I said, tonight, East Grand Forks taking on the Perham Panthers. Like I said, East Grand Forks 2-0 already on the season. Week 1, they had a 41-8 victory over Crookston right here by East Grand Forks High School. Week 2 was a 14-0 shutout victory over Little Falls in Little Falls, so off to a strong start, while also celebrating the 2004 state championship, a team that went undefeated 20 years ago today. That Green Wave team beat Becker 31-14 in the 2004 state title game, so we're going to be happy to be commemorating that team that will always hold a special place in East Grand Forks Green Wave football fans' hearts. You are listening to the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. East Grand Forks taking on Perham, a team that is 1-1 on the season. Week 1 was a tight victory over Hawley, where they defeated Hawley by a score of 14-12, and then week 2 was a defeat at the hands of Detroit Lakes. A very strong team are the Lakers. They lost that one by a score of 8-35. Right now, let's take a look at the drive for the title, and that drive for the title is brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV at Toys for Trucks. Taking a look at the Section 8 AAA standings, only 2 games in so far for most of these teams already. Fergus Falls and Morris East Grand Forks all have started the season off with a 2-0 record. One team at 500, and that is the Perham Yellowjackets, who will be taking on the Green Wave tonight. Dilworth DGF at 0-2, as well as Thief River Falls. Also in action tonight is Morris versus Little Falls, DGF versus Thief River Falls. Fergus Falls is at Detroit Lakes. And then obviously tonight we have East Grand Forks versus Perham. That was the drive for the title, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV at Toys for Trucks. You are listening to Minnesota High School football on 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the pregame show on KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to KNOX Live Sports, brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out their specialized seeds at rivards.com and Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales and service in East Grand Forks, right off of Highway 2, just a stone's throw away from where we're at right here, right next to East Grand Forks High School. We are broadcasting East Grand Forks as the Green Wave take on the Perham Yellowjackets. East Grand Forks off to a solid start so far this season with a 2-0 record, facing off against the Perham Yellowjackets, a team that they played tightly last season. So we're expecting good football and a great atmosphere here tonight as the band is playing. You are listening to the Pregame Show, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, as well as Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Right now, let's take a look at the tools for the game, or the fuel for the game. The fuel for the game is brought to you by Circle K, open 24/7, 7 days a week. Fuel for the game starting off with the Perham Yellowjackets. Their quarterback, Alex Bloom, taking a look at his stats on your screen. For those of you watching KNOX Live Sports video stream tonight, for those of you looking to access that stream, you can go to knoxradio.com, hover over the Live Sports tab, and you'll be able to tune in to our video stream here tonight as the Green Wave take on the Yellowjackets. Alex Bloom, his stats last night, last week, threw the ball a lot, 53 attempts, with 25 completions, and that was good for 266 yards in the defeat against Devil's Lake. And his top target is Ashton Deltoff. That's a tight end, and he is 5th in catches in school history. And so far on the season, he has 13 catches for almost 200 yards, 199 to be specific, at more than 15 yards per catch. So that is certainly going to be a player that the Green Wave defense want to keep an eye on. Now taking a look at the fuel for the game for your East Grand Forks Green Wave, talking about the passing attack for the Yellowjackets, that defensive line is going to want to put some pressure on the quarterback, Alex Bloom. Messi Kalenda, Maverick Martin, those are keystones on the defensive front for the Green Wave, and their goal tonight is going to be to put pressure on the Yellow Jacket quarterback. And then also Cole Schmiederberg, him alongside many others, are going to be key to the rushing attack tonight for East Grand Forks. So this is the type of team that wants to control the time of possession, have long drives, and really limit the amount of time that their defense is out there. So taking a look at for our fuel to the game is controlling the rushing attack, the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, whether it's the offensive line opening up holes for Schmiederberg, Nowaski, or many of the other running backs that we see featured in this East Grand Forks offense. And then the defensive line as well, putting pressure on the quarterback and then not allowing them to put together a rushing attack at all. That is the fuel for the game, brought to you by Circle K, which is open 24/7, 7 days a week. And you are listening to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports, broadcasted over the radio waves at 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. And we are also video streaming on KNOX Live Sports. To access that, go to knoxradio.com and hover over the Live Sports tab. We're going to take one more break as we are nearing 20 minutes away from kickoff. East Grand Forks commemorating the 20th anniversary of the 2004 state championship team, a team that went undefeated 14-0 on the season. So we're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back with the pregame show, brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Welcome back to KNOX Live Sports 1310 AM 1079 FM. You are listening to Minnesota High School football. East Grand Forks Green Wave taking on the Perham Yellowjackets tonight. You are listening to the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment. True to our values and driven by you. Also, Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision and you watch it come to life. Right now, let's take a look at your starting lineups for your East Grand Forks Green Wave tonight. Starting off offensively, the quarterback, the play caller is going to be Jacob Stassen. Running back, Jordan Waskey. Fullback, Cole Schmiederberg. Wide receivers, Austin Russling, Jacob Stassen. Offensive line, looking left to right, Maverick Martin, Messi Kalenda, Luke Massman, Sebastian Olsen, Ryan Grafos, and then the tight end, Cole Bees. Defensively, the cornerbacks are Jez Jones, Dodge Hall, Austin Russling. And then we got our linebackers, Jordan Nowaski, Cole Bees, Max Bees. And then on the defensive line, the nose guard, Messi Kalenda, defensive tackle, Maverick Martin, defensive end, Rylan Gravos, and then also some other linebackers, Braden Overgaard and Cole Schmiederberg. Doing the kicking tonight will be Braden Overgaard, field goal kicker also Braden Overgaard. Punters, Austin Russling, and then the returners are Noah Freeze, Jordan Nowaski, and Jez Jones. Of course, Jez Jones in game one returned the first play from scrimmage all the way back. It was a house call to start the season for East Grand Forks in a shellacking over the Crookston Pirates, hopefully looking to repeat that success on special teams tonight. Jez Jones, that was an electric way to start the season in week one. And these starting lineups are brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. And folks, once again, you are listening to KNOX Live Sports, 1310 AM, 1079 FM. East Grand Forks Green Wave, 2-0 on the season, solid start for them. The Green Wave are also commemorating the 2004 state championship, a team that went undefeated previously in our pregame show. We mentioned that they beat Becker 31-14 in the state title game that capped off a perfect 14-0 season. One that was spotted with a couple of narrow wins, ones that included a 34-30 victory over Staples Motley, a 20-14 victory against Crookston,
and then also a 28-27 victory over Glencoe Silver Lake in the state semifinal. So commemorating the 20-year anniversary for an East Grand Forks team that went undefeated and won a state championship. Certainly that's a roster that holds a special place in East Grand Forks Green Wave fans' heart.
Nothing better, Sam, than driving in on Highway 2 and seeing that state championship billboard on the side of the road. So this East Grand Forks Green Wave team is going to be ready to honor them tonight. Pep band rockin' and roaring in the shadow of senior high. We're ready to go.
We are ready to roll. Sam Jensen here, play-by-play tonight. Alongside me is Adrian Cummings, just rolling in, ready to offer some color commentary tonight for our matchup of East Grand Forks Green Wave taking on the Perham Yellowjackets on the KNOX Live Sports Network. Brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. On the camera, we have Luke Carpenter. For those of you tuning into the video stream, to access that, you can go to knoxradio.com and click on the Live Sports tab. And then also got to give a shout-out to Dean Braceth back at Leighton World Headquarters, operating the radio board for us tonight. And of course, Ryan Cunningham, our sports director, helped us get set up, and we're very thankful for his efforts. Adrian, this is a matchup tonight celebrating the 20th anniversary of a state championship. We have the band in the crowd here tonight. You got to think that the emotions are going to be high, and the challenge for head coach Ryan Koselski is to try to keep his team even keel.
Yeah, the Grand Forks Herald touched on this week, Sam, as well, but just the way that this kind of Green Wave team is playing is really what they're looking for: defensive identity, control the ball. I think tonight would be no different, right? But this Green Wave team has a unique opportunity. Now they're 2-0 with a very, I'm not going to say easy, but a very gettable game that can move them to 3-0 in the standings. And I believe this is will be their second game in conference. I think the Green Wave obviously have a great opportunity in front of them tonight. The extra fans, the band, maybe a couple alumni around the program. Certainly some of those factors I think are going to play inside. I expect the Green Wave to come out and play pretty well, knowing full well that they're going to have to be playing some defense in the secondaries. This is a Perham team. I think you mentioned earlier in the pregame show that they threw 53 times last game. I mean, that's air raid Texas Tech style there. So Green Wave are going to have to be ready. They're going to have to be playing on their heels, but that's all right too.
And as we mentioned in the fuel for the game, the defensive line is going to be key in terms of putting pressure back on the Yellowjack quarterback. Last season, East Grand Forks got the best of the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 13-9, and that game was in Perham. So we're expecting another close one here tonight. Perham 1-1 on the season. They lost in a lopsided defeat last week against Detroit Lakes. Detroit Lakes is also a team looking back to last season that beat East Grand Forks by a similar margin. So I think these are two teams that are very even in terms of the talent that they're going to be putting on the field tonight. Once again, you are listening to the pregame show on KNOX Live Sports 1310 AM 1079 FM. The pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and also Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. We're going to take another break. We are just about 12 and a half minutes away from kickoff here in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the pregame show on KNOX Live Sports.
If you've got an electrical...
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big, without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to KNOX Live Sports, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com, as well as Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales, and service in East Grand Forks. Tonight's matchup in Minnesota high school football features the East Grand Forks Green Wave hosting the Perham Yellowjackets for what should be a good game. East Grand Forks off to a solid start yet again this season, 2-0 record, putting an undefeated record on the line against the Yellowjackets in a sectional rivalry matchup. And we are in the process of bringing you the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and also Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Sam Jensen here alongside me is Adrian Cummings. Adrian, it's supposed to be a beautiful night, but we just heard from Dean Braceth back at Leighton World headquarters that he has rain over there on the south end of Grand Forks, so maybe the weather will play a factor here tonight.
Yeah, I was listening to Mark Ewens this afternoon, and he said it's coming north from the Canadian, or north, not north from the Canadian, north from the North and South Dakota border, moving pretty much on a straight line up. As I look over our shoulder here, I do see a little bit of some darker clouds, nothing maybe to get too riled up about right away, but there maybe is an opportunity to rain a little bit, and I think sparing lighting, they're going to continue to play over here, Sam. So I'd say take advantage of your opportunities in the first half. Some of the trees we can see on the northeastern corner of the field are blowing in the wind. It didn't feel so bad out there, but it's not to say it might not play a factor tonight. And again, as Perham looks to the air often, this could be kind of an X factor, if you will, for the Green Wave tonight.
Exactly, Adrian. That's exactly what I was thinking. If rain does play a factor in tonight's matchup, that will be to the benefit of East Grand Forks. They're more of a ground and pound style compared to the air raid offense that the Yellowjackets like to run. Right now, let's take a look at the keys to the game. The keys to the game are brought to you by Jarrell's. See what's new for the season and stop in today. Adrian, let's take a look at what the keys to the game are for both the East Grand Forks and Perham.
You know, looking at the Green Wave side of the ball, a couple things, again, mentioned in the Herald article, really nice write-up of the Green Wave this week. And, you know, I think it hit it up right on the head. Be physical, especially on your front seven. I mean, you gotta be bringing some pressure. You gotta show that you're big and you're not here to get pushed around. Pursue the quarterback and cut that field in half. Go after the guy. I don't care if you're playing 4 or 5 man front. You're playing a 4-man front and going to send in 1 or 2 or 3 maybe at times. But get some pressure on the QB. You know that they're going to be in pass pro basically all night long, so you know that you have an ability to bring a rusher in. Now, if you're going to play man, maybe a little extra safety up top to cover, that's fine, but bring the pressure. Show them that you're not here to get pushed around. That's what I think, Sam. What about the Yellowjacket side of the ball?
Yellowjackets, and we've mentioned this many times so far in the pregame show, they like to move the ball in the air a lot. So a key for the offensive line, counter to East Grand Forks, is they want to protect their quarterback, give their quarterback time to throw, and use EGF pursuit against them. East Grand Forks might be tempted a couple times to bring an extra man in, like you mentioned, Adrian, to put some extra pressure on that quarterback. Can they take advantage of a lapse in coverage for the Green Wave for a big play or two? And that could be the difference in tonight's game. And then we've been talking all throughout the pregame show about their willingness to move the ball in the air, but they also have to run enough to keep East Grand Forks honest. You want to make sure that they have their linebackers in the box, and you got to keep them on their heels, making sure that you're not just a one-dimensional offense.
No, absolutely. And I think you had a very important piece in there, Sam, is that you want to keep their linebackers in the box. I mean, you don't want those guys drifting out past the hash marks, maybe out by the numbers that they can maybe cover a guy on an inside slant. You want to keep them inside. You want to keep them tight. The threat of running, maybe a little bit of a dual threat type quarterback, keeping that over someone's head, obviously is going to be critical tonight for the Yellowjackets to keep East Grand Forks honest. And on the EGF side of the defensive ball, Caswell's going to have them ready, obviously, but he's got to tell his guys to play their part. And when he wants to send them in, they better get their tails in there and make something happen.
East Grand Forks has been up to the test up until this point in the season, giving up 8 points, a safety that was given up by the offense, and then a last-second irrelevant touchdown by the Crookston Pirates as well, and then a shutout last week. So far, the East Grand Forks defense has been up for the test so far this season, and they're going to be tested probably with the strongest air raid offense that they've faced up until this point in the season. Taking a look at the East Grand Forks offense as well, sophomore quarterback Jacob Stassen, East Grand Forks is starting to move the ball through the air. We're used to seeing them run that wing T offense, which is very ground and pound, run heavy. Jacob Stassen has some weapons on the outside. Austin Rustling, Jacob Stassen, also including their tight end Cole Bees as well. But we all know that the strength of this East Grand Forks offense comes with their running backs and their offensive line. Getting a lot of carries tonight, we're going to see Jordan Nowaski and Cole Schmiederberg. Braden Overgard and Dodge Hall also get some carries for the Green Wave, so they mix in a lot of backs.
And for those of you that have followed our KNOX coverage throughout the region, a couple of these names are going to be familiar. I mean, Jordan Nowaski and Cole Schmiederberg played on this team last year, names that we said pretty much all night long. Austin Rustling is, I would call him a borderline standout basketball player for the Green Wave. Excellent basketball player. Expect him to use some of his height and kind of get some of that natural leverage against some of the guys that he's facing, because he just naturally has a little bit of a bigger build. Throw his arms on top of there, and he's got an ability to really snag some balls here as the Green Wave are going to storm onto the field. We're just over 4 minutes away from kick, folks. We're excited to bring this on to you on the KNOX Live Sports Network. This broadcast brought to you by our network sponsors, Revards Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales, just nearly in the shadow of their building, Sam, and as well as True North Equipment. True to our values, true to our values. We are driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision and you watch it come to life. Folks, we're going to send it to our final break of the half here. We'll be back in a few minutes with kickoff. Green Wave, Yellowjackets coming soon, 13:10 a.m.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back to the broadcast, you're listening to 1310 AM, and you're watching KNOX Live Sports. You can find us on YouTube, searching the same KNOX Live Sports, or on our website, knoxradio.com, under the Live Sports tab. Green Wave won the toss, I believe, and they deferred their choice to the second half. They're wearing their all-green uniforms with a little bit of red and white trimming along, and those green chrome domes on top. Perham Yellowjackets, yellow pants, blue stripe, and white oblong down both thighs. White jerseys, blue and yellow letters trimmed with blue helmets, Alabama-style number on one side. Let's get ready for some Friday Night Light, folks, as the Green Wave boot this one deep to get it going.
Braden Overgaard doing the kicking duties for East Grand Forks. This one is bobbled by the returner. That's Tyus Coudron, and he's going to fall on it at the 19-yard line, and then that is where the Yellow Jackets are going to start their first offensive possession of the football game. Excited to watch this air raid offense. They put the ball in the air 52 times last week against Detroit Lake, so I don't think they're trying to make it a secret in terms of what their strategy is offensively to move the ball down the field.
A little bit of an early bobble there in the kickoff. It was kind of a low boot from the Green Wave, and actually it worked out as the returner bobbled it a few times, and then just grabbed it and fell on it. So Green Wave down them at their 19-yard line, 81 long yards to go for Perham.
Alex Bloom, the quarterback for the Yellow Jackets in shotgun formation. Play action. This is a designed quarterback run to the left side of the offensive line on the near side, and he is smothered. We have a flag on the field. A short gain for the Yellow Jackets. If this one stands, we do have a flag on the play, and this is going to be a holding against the Yellow Jackets, so that's going to push them even deeper into their own territory as the Yellow Jackets are starting their first offensive possession of the game. So a designed run there from the quarterback, Alex Bloom. We've talked all throughout the pregame show about his ability to throw the ball in the air, but now we're going to be excited to see his ability to run the ball.
Yeah, obviously this is a clear situation where Perham doesn't want to get caught. I mean, they're going negative on the first play. It's going to be 1st and 20, I believe. The Yellow Jackets are led by Coach Jesse Hine. Of course, your Green Wave led by a local boy, Ryan Kosowski.
Ryan Kosowski has really sharpened up this East Grand Forks defense, and now they have the Yellow Jackets right where they want them from their own 11-yard line. 1st down and 20 for the Yellow Jackets. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for Bloom. He's going to find his receiver on the near side. However, that one is dropped. The intended target on that one for the Yellow Jackets is going to be number 6. And the program that we have in front of us is organized in alphabetical order, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us to initially find the names here on the program. But we're going to work with that as we work throughout the broadcast.
Tyus Coudron and the intended receiver there, and Cole Bees going in and breaking that one up. It was a drop, but Bees is ready pretty much to lay the wood to him the second his hands got the ball. Going to be a nice 2nd and long now for the Green Wave here, or for the Yellow Jackets here, excuse me.
Another empty set formation. Bloom all alone in the backfield. 2 receivers on his right, 3 to his left. Now having to scramble in the backfield, keeping his eyes down the field, decides to run, and he's going to step out of bounds after a short gain. Direction the referee is going to indicate that he stepped out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so good work for the East Grand Forks secondary. No options available down the field, and defensive line was applying pressure, forcing Bloom to use his legs to try and make a play there. However, he ran out of bounds before the line of scrimmage, so East Grand Forks now 3rd and long. Their defense is looking to make a stop. 3rd and 19 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 11-yard line.
Best part about this one, Sam, for the Green Wave is that they're obviously going to be sending 4 here. They could probably afford to send 5 or 6. It's a clear passing down, shadow their own end zone. The Yellow Jackets basically got no choice. I'll be interested to see what they dial up here.
Bloom now with running backs to both sides. Twin receivers on the near side to his left. He's going to throw one of those running backs in the motion to the near side as well. Looking for a swing pass here, and he has his man down the field. It's intercepted by East Grand Forks, making the interception for the Green Wave. That is number 33, Diajalon Hall. So a nice play by the East Grand Forks defense on their first defensive possession, forcing a turnover, and that is going to give the Green Wave offense optimal field position to start their first offensive possession of the game.
Excellent defensive coverage there. The Green Wave show a false 5 and then just send in 3, allowing a couple guys to drop back into coverage. That first look to the left side, that one's picked off easily by Hall. Nice play by the Green Wave there. They're going to get going on the Yellowjackets 31-yard line. So very short field for the Green Wave here on their first drive of the night, Sam.
Jacob Stassen leading this East Grand Forks offense in an unusual formation for the Green Wave. Shotgun with his running back to his right is Cole Schmiederberg. He's going to drop back to pass, looking out to the far side. He has his receiver in the flat, but he's going to be stopped after a short gain, and that is going to give them a second down and medium. On the reception for East Grand Forks is number 6, Jake Chupka. So now that is going to result in a second down and 8, a gain of 2 for the Green Wave, a reception for Chupka. As taking a look at our Ultra Health System scoreboard, we're going to try catch up for those of you on the video stream. Just under 11 minutes left to go in the first quarter. East Grand Forks started the game with an interception from Hall. Now this gives the offense optimal field position, and this looks more like a traditional Green Wave formation. I formation, 2 fullbacks in the backfield, and they are going to hand it off to the running back. That one is going to be handed to Nowaski. Nowaski taking that one up the left side near the line to gain. He is pushed back by the Yellowjackets, and they are eventually going to mark him, it looks, right at the 25-yard line. So that is going to be a third down and 4 for East Grand Forks on their first offensive possession.
Perham sending a message there, Sam, of kind of an easy wrap-up that Milwaukee was probably going to go to the ground, but 2, 3, 4 extra tacklers get in there and they kind of dogpile on him. I mean, they don't want to be pushed around this game, obviously, so good for them to set the tone early. Green Wave now 3rd and short to get this drive rolling.
I formation once again for the Green Wave. This is a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1, correction from my previous statement. They're going to throw Nowaski in formation, decide to give this one to the fullback, Cole Schmiederberg, running right up the gut of his offensive line, and it looks like that's going to be good for a first down. Move the chains for East Grand Forks. That's going to be a rush of 2. He only needed 1, so that's going to move the chains and a fresh set of downs for the Green Wave.
Nice play by the Wave there, just power formation, running right up the gut, get your guy across the line to gain, and who cares what happens after.
Throwing Nowaski in motion in the backfield may have created some confusion for the Yellow Jacket defense, forcing them to spread out more east and west. East Grand Forks knew all along they were going north and south. Once again in this I formation, Jacob Stassen under center for the Green Wave. In the backfield, we have Schmiederberg and Nowaski. This one is going to be handed to, I believe, Stassen. That was a quarterback keeper.
Option play there. He sent the guy through the tackle guard gap and kind of kept it for himself. A little misdirection there. He's able to pick up a quick 5, Sam.
Quick 5 yards there, and they're going to take those chunks of yardage all day long. Like we mentioned in the pregame show, 2 different philosophies on offense between these 2 teams. East Grand Forks, more ground and pound, prioritizing the time of possession to try keep the Yellow Jacket defense on the field. And so far with the short field, East Grand Forks is utilizing all 3 downs to move the sticks.
Green Wave firmly in the RBB Electric red zone now at the 14-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
I formation once again. Stassen's going to take the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Schmiederberg right up the gut, and he's going to have 4 yards near the line to gain. Taken down at the 10-yard line. I believe he's going to be the length of a football short of the first down. So another 3rd and short here for East Grand Forks, continuing this ground and pound offense, moving the ball right up the gut of the Yellow Jacket defense.
A lot of really short handoffs, Sam. Kind of interesting. I mean, they're not really even letting the lead blocker. They're lining up an I, and then they're just giving it to the fullback, the first guy. So a little bit of interesting formation there for the Green Wave. I mean, they're pretty much just heading this one right up the gut. 3rd and short, I'd expect more of the same.
More of the same. I formation is exactly what we're going to get. Schmiederberg and Nowaski in the backfield behind Stassen. Then we have 1 receiver on the near side. That is Austin Rustling. Stassen takes the snap. He is going to fake the give to Schmiederberg, and Stassen was going to hold on to that one, but he is tackled in the backfield. So now decision-making time for head coach Ryan Kosowski. This is going to be a loss of a yard on the play, and that's going to result for a 4th down and 3 from the 13-yard line for the Green Wave.
They booted here, Sam. It's going to be a 22-yard field goal, about a kick from 27 or so, but it looks like the Green Wave going to keep the offense on the field. I like to play. Kick it. Let's go.
Didn't look like much thought was put into that one. The offense didn't even look to the sideline for a signal whether to stay on the field or come off, as they feel confident they're going to be able to convert here on 4th down and 3. Similar formation here, Rustling on the far side, Schmiederberg and Nowaski in the backfield behind Stassen. Stassen's going to give this one to Nowaski. He's going to run up upside the right side of the offensive line, and he is going to walk all the way into the end zone. That is a 14-yard rush for Nowaski for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, and they are the first ones to score tonight, and that's going to give the Green Wave a 6-0 lead in the early stages of this one. Taking a look at our All True Health System scoreboard, 7 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Green Wave with a successful first offensive possession. Swinging gate formation here for the Green Wave. Stassen with no offensive line in front of them. The offensive line is offset to the left. They are going to snap it either way, and I believe we're going to have a pre-snap penalty on this one or a delay of game. Unsure, maybe an illegal procedure penalty here as the offensive line was completely offset on the left hash mark, and Stassen took the snap. Maybe East Grand Forks is lucky that they called a penalty on that one, as that did not look like it was a recipe for success.
Yeah, Sab, I give you a recap of that scoring drive there, but it's going to be pretty short. 31 yards, 7 plays, 2 third-down conversions. No, excuse me, 1 third-down conversion, 1 fourth-down conversion. Nowaski, 10-yard touchdown run to cap that one off at 7:09 in the first quarter. So the Green Wave on the board early has still got a PAT to go, and looks like they are going to boot this one, Sam.
Carson McDonald is going to be handling the kicking duties tonight for the Green Wave, and this one is going to be blocked at the line of scrimmage and is going to be called dead after that. A nice special teams play there for the Perham Panthers, or the Perham Yellowjackets, correction. And we are going to take our first break of the game. East Grand Forks with an early touchdown. They lead the Yellowjackets by a score of 6-0. You are listening to Minnesota High School Football on KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Make some noise. It's time for the kickoff.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. East Grand Forks, after scoring on their first offensive possession of the game, lead the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 6-0. The return for the Yellowjackets is going to be taken out to the 24-yard line, and that is where Perham is going to start their second offensive possession of the football game. The first one was plagued. Their first play from scrimmage was a holding penalty, so that set up a recipe for disaster right away. Had a long line to gain, so we're going to hope for, or the Perham Yellowjackets are going to hope for a little bit more clean possession here.
I'm not sure what happened there in that kick coverage, Sam, but that looked like a pool that wasn't clean. There was a sea of green swarming the returner there.
Good job by the East Grand Forks special teams unit right there. And the quarterback for the Yellowjackets taking the field once again is Alex Bloom in shotgun formation. Running backs on both sides of him. He's going to take the snap a little bit high. He's able to handle it, rolling out to his right, and he's going to find his man down the field, and that's going to be a completion good for 15 yards out to the 40-yard line for the Yellowjackets. On the completion is going to be Tate Zacharias, the junior wide receiver for the Yellowjackets. So expect to see more of that throughout the game, as East Grand Forks leads the Yellowjackets by a score of 6-0 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Bloom, intentionally or unintentionally, Sam, kind of sold that one as maybe a QB draw, and then he kind of gave a pump fake as well and got his man across the field. Zacharias just right between the hashes. Really nice conversion there for the Jackets, just to get some confidence under their belt. Quick throw here to the far sideline. This one's going to be good for about 6 or 7 yards. Now we can see kind of this high-powered pass-first offense sort of maybe starting to show some signs of the wheels turning, Sam.
On the completion there was Ashton Deltoff. That's the star tight end that we featured in the field for the game during the pregame show. He is averaging 15 yards a catch, so bringing down the average on the 7-yard reception for the Yellowjackets, and as they're now dealing with a 2nd down and 3 from their own 47-yard line. Alone in the backfield is Bloom. 3 receivers on the near side to his left, 2 on the far side to his right. Now scrambling once again out to the far side. He's going to tuck this one, and he's going to run out of bounds after getting a first down, and he's going to cross midfield for the Yellowjackets, where they're going to have a 1st down and 10 from the East Grand Forks 47-yard line.
You know, Bloom clearly is used to throwing quite a bit because he's also used to stepping out of bounds and not necessarily staying inside and fighting for more yardage. So props to Bloom. I mean, he's done a nice job of protecting himself on some of these plays that have broken down. Green Wave, nice pass rush there, just came off the wrong corner of the offensive line. So Bloom flushes the other way and picks up a nice first down.
Bloom is showing the ability to hurt defenses with his arm as well with his legs. Taking the snap here. This one was a run all the way, and a nice tackle right there from East Grand Forks. On the tackle is number 20 coming in from his linebacker position. That is going to be Braden Overgaard. He's going to tackle him right at the line of scrimmage. So now it's going to be a no gain on the play for the Yellow Jackets. 2nd down and 10 from the East Grand Forks 47-yard line.
Excellent wrap up there by Overgaard, not letting Bloom go anywhere, Sam.
Bloom alone in the backfield. Quick throw out to the flat on the far side. Met immediately once again. I believe that's Jez Jones on the tackle. That's going to be good for 4 yards. So now Perham is giving themselves an ability to have a manageable 3rd down conversion.
And Perham really, Sam, not afraid to move that ball pretty quickly. I mean, a little comeback routes, little sideline routes, but they're throwing this ball very, very fast. There's a weird little option play in the backfield. Kind of breaks down here in the Green Wave. Excellent bit of tackling there. That's number 28. Let's get a name on that one, Sam. Excellent tackle.
Cole Bees on the tackle from his linebacker position, the Green Wave, and I believe that was a halfback draw attempt from the Yellow Jackets, and that's going to move them back to midfield at the 50-yard line. 4th down and 13. You would think this is a punting situation, but you got to think head coach Ryan Koselski loves that, focusing on your assignment and playing positionally sound, and that allowed Bees to make a play in the backfield for the Green Wave.
And I would say, Sam, all 3 tackles in this last little set, I mean, just excellent single man wrapping up, catching the guy and not letting him go. As the Jackets are going to punt here, snap good, kick is up. Booming punt, excellent kick there. Fair catch is called for the Green Wave. This one fielded at the 20-yard line, so the offense a little bit longer to go on this drive, Sam, with the Green Wave. Nice defensive set there.
More yards to work with, and that means more time that East Grand Forks can take off the clock. We have 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining on our All-True Health System scoreboard in the first quarter. The Green Wave leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 6-0 as their offense gets ready to take the field for a second time. Public address announcer once again reminding the crowd to stay in their seats, commemorating the 20th anniversary of the 2004 Green Wave team that went undefeated, winning the state championship that year. So we're going to be happy to commemorate that team here tonight at halftime. Stassen in shotgun formation, running backs on both sides of him, and then lone receivers on the far side and the near side. Stassen keeping this one himself. So looks like a speed option to the outside. He's tackled from behind the line of scrimmage. Perham players are indicating that they thought he let go of that one before he hit the ground, but I believe the referees are indicating that he was down before the ball was jarred loose. So that's just going to be a 2nd down and long, and East Grand Forks is able to evade disasters. That would have been a turnover deep inside their own territory.
I guess I didn't even see the ball come out, but I suppose they're running that speed option to the far side, a couple sets of legs and bats and helmets in the way, but nonetheless, Green Waves get a fortunate bounce there, losing just 1 yard, going to be 2nd and 11.
Designed quarterback run there from Stassen. It looked like it was a speed option. Decided not to pitch it, held on to it, tackled from behind. If he would have pitched it, that could have been a turnover. Throwing a man in motion, he's going to throw it to the flats. The intended target was Nowaski, the halfback, who he threw in motion to the near side in the flats, and that's going to go through Nowaski's hands. There was a defender right there on him, so if he would have caught it, it would have been a loss of yardage on the play. Either way, that's going to result in a 3rd down and long for East Grand Forks. To be specific, 3rd down and 11 from their own 19-yard line.
Green Wave a little bit slower moving on this drive, Sam, but it's okay. The pass on 2nd down, I like looking for it, but now obviously a clear passing down is 3rd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. I mean, they got to make something happen here.
Quarterback run and a pass attempt for the first 2 plays. Now back in a single back formation. Under center is Stassen. 2 receivers on the near side to his right. Snap, he's going to be a play action, now rolling out to his left on the far side, keeping his eyes downfield, but the defensive line for the Perham Yellow Jackets got to him. That is going to be a sack deep inside East Grand Forks territory. On the sack for the Yellow Jackets, that's going to be number 57. Once again, these names on the program are not numerically organized, they're alphabetically organized. So we're going to try circle playmakers as we move along throughout the duration of this game. So it's going to be a 4th down and 20 officially from East Grand Forks' own 11-yard line. So punting under the shadow of their own uprights is East Grand Forks. The Yellow Jackets are salivating as they're primed for optimal field position, getting ready for their 3rd offensive possession of the game.
Green Wave need a nice punt here, Sam, just to give themselves a little bit of space. Snap low, fielded well, but nice boot up in the air. This one's going to be a real beauty of a punt. This one's going to be caught. Oh, fumbled. Ball's low. Ball's out. Green Wave, get on top of it.
And the botched punt by the Perham Yellowjackets, that is jumped on by East Grand Forks. The special teams doing their job tonight. That was a booming punt by Austin Rustling for the Green Wave, and the hang time on that allowed East Grand Forks defenders to get in the face of the punt returner. He botched the punt, and to the benefit of the Green Wave, now they're going to be set up for their third offensive possession of the game from their own 43-yard line.
For those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, as you see here, the punt just dropped, and you can just see that ball right on the turf. Green Wave following it. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency, but a very, very fortuitous bounce for the Green Wave as they're now going to set up shop. Better than a first down, Sam.
Better than a first down is right. Nowaski is going to get the pitch. He's going to run on the near side, and he has room to run along the right side. Now crossing Perham's 40-yard line, 30-yard line, 20-yard line. Is he going to go all the way inside the 10, inside the 5, wrap up at the 3-yard line? What a run by Nowaski after the turnover on the crumbled punt. East Grand Forks has all the momentum in this one right now.
I'm going to do a little bit of quick math for us here, Sam, but I believe he went from the 43 all the way to the 2-yard line. So that's going to be let me make sure I get this right now. Going to be a 50-yard run, 49-yard run for Nowaski there. Green Wave have just got a spark plug in Nowaski tonight, Sam.
That replay, for those of you watching KNOX Live Sports on our video stream, was brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. 1:58 remaining in the first quarter. East Grand Forks up 6-0 and threatening for more. Now an I formation, fullback and a running back behind Stassen. And this one is going to be handed off to Nowaski, and I believe Stassen fell on his way during the handoff. So once again, East Grand Forks able to evade disaster on that one. But that's going to result in a loss of 2 yards on the play. The attempted run right back to Nowaski after his 50-yard rush.
How do you not give it to the guy after a massive gain like that? But again, Stassen just gets tripped up in the backfield. This Perham defense is actually pretty good in these short yardage situations. I mean, they've got a lot of pressure on the off-center stuff. You know, not so much on the outside. So look for the Green Wave maybe to try and go wide here, Sam.
Stassen under center, I formation once again. Schmiederberg and Nowaski behind him. One receiver on the far side. They're going to throw a tight end in motion. That's Cole Bees. They're going to pitch this one to Nowaski, trying to give him the touchdown that he deserves, looking to reach the far pylon and spot there. That is a touchdown for the Green Wave. They extend their lead over the Yellowjackets. And this one was all Jordan Nowaski, 50-yard rush, and now ultimately capping it with a 5-yard rushing touchdown as East Grand Forks now leads the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 12-0, looking for a point after.
Nowaski, that's going to be his second touchdown in the evening, Sam. I think this one was officially a 4-yard rush, but we'll give it to him also with that 49-yard rush that he set this play up with. Excellent running by Nowaski there.
East Grand Forks going back to their bread and butter on the ground and utilizing their top weapon, Jordan Nowaski, 49 yards, capping it off with a 4-yard rushing touchdown. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agents Insurancy. Pitch to the far side, just trying to reach that far pylon. Wasn't an easy path for Nowaski whatsoever. However, he was able to utilize his speed and power to get to the pylon. 2-point conversion attempt. Stassen is going to look to throw this one to the near side, and that is intercepted. However, Perham is not allowed to return that one. So ultimately, still a touchdown for East Grand Forks. They lead Perham by a score of 12-0. You are listening to Minnesota High School football on 1310 AM, 107.9 FM, KNOX. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Minnesota High School football on KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
I run home with staff. What do you check and steps? Fans, make some noise. It's time for the kickoff.
East Grand Forks kicking off now. This one's going to be fielded at the 18-yard line off a bounce by Perham, trying to take this one to the far side of the field. He has some room on the far side, eventually tackled strongly at the 45-yard line, so a solid return there for the Yellowjackets.
Sam, we're getting some weather reports from Ryan Cunningham, who's in Turtle River. He said, it is raining hard, folks, so be ready. That storm is expected to move east, but the Green Wave able to put 2 scores on the board before the weather has arrived. 49.5 seconds remain here in this first quarter as we look at our Ultra Health System scoreboard.
Taking the field once again for the Yellowjackets, looking for some more successes. Alex Bloom alone in the backfield. Throwing a man in motion, potential jet sweep here. They are going to give it to the man, but he is met right at the defensive line in the backfield. So that's going to be a loss for the Yellowjackets as we have 40 seconds remaining and running in the first quarter. East Grand Forks leading the Yellowjackets by a score of 12-0 as the last couple seconds are starting to fade off the clock. Only the first quarter, so not a lot of urgency here for Perham to get a snap off here. You can feel the air cooling down a little bit, so you can feel the rain coming. And like we said, it's good that East Grand Forks has built themselves up a lead, but they're going to have the advantage if the weather turns sour here, as they're more of a ground and pound. Perham likes to throw the ball in the air, and it looks like Perham is going to be content to take this one to the end of the quarter, or maybe they're going to take a timeout. They're going to let this one go to the end of the quarter, so we're going to take another TV timeout here. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 12-0 on KNOX Live Sports.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big, without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back to the broadcast, Adrian Cummings here alongside Sam Jensen. I'll be our on-site engineer for this evening, as well as your color analyst. Down on the camera, Luca Carpenter, excellent addition to our KNOX team. And of course, Sam Jensen, the man with the plan on our play-by-play commentary. Green Wave off to a good start in this, and we're looking for more of the same here in the second quarter, Sam.
Green Wave starting the quarter with a 12-point advantage. Bloom taking the snap and shotgun formation. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. With the sack is going to be 76, Rylan Gravos. That's going to be good for a 4-yard loss, and that's going to be a 3rd down and long for the Yellowjackets from their own 41-yard line. Officially, this one is going to be a 3rd down and 14.
We're seeing some fists in the air, most commonly associated, Sam, with 4th down, but it's still only 3rd down for the Green Wave.
Some younger players of the East Grand Forks roster here throwing up a fist, but it is 3rd down, hoping to try force a 4th down. So maybe that's a new tradition instituted by head coach Ryan Koselski, but I don't think so.
Caslo's got the Yellowjackets playing on their heels tonight, Sam, on their own 41-yard line to gain. East Grand Forks 44, so it is going to be 3rd and 13 for them. Clear passing down, and Bloom going to be in the backfield in the shotgun, indicating that as well.
Alone in the backfield is Bloom. 4 receivers on the far side to his left. He's going to look to the near side, however. He's going to throw this ball up, and it is going to be out of bounds. That was an uncatchable throw. So that's going to result in a 4th down and 13 for the Yellowjackets. Got to think this is going to be another punt. And like you said, Adrian, this Green Wave defense is absolutely suffocating Perham's offensive unit here tonight so far.
Excellent play by the defense. Jez Jones there on the corner. Not necessarily, Sam, playing physical football, but just being in the way enough to not let his man back inside to kind of have a grab at that one. So nice job by Jez Jones there. Expect more of the same, as it looks like a punt formation for the Yellowjackets here near midfield.
And fans who listened to East Grand Forks' victory over Crookston in Week 1, remember Jez Jones returning the opening kickoff of the 2024 season. So he certainly has the athleticism to make any play that is asked of him out on the field. East Grand Forks returning this punt out to their own 40-yard line. On the return is Noah Freeze. So this is where East Grand Forks is going to start their first offensive possession of the second quarter, leading the Yellowjackets by a score of 12-0, looking to extend that to a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, nice football from East Grand Forks and complimentary football as well, Sam. I mean, they're throwing the ball a little bit, they're running a little bit, but their defense really carrying the bag right now for the Green Wave defense, playing excellent football thus far. And of course, they got a nice fortuitous bounce on that punt recovery that they went up, ended up scoring on a couple plays later.
Some key plays that we will be sure to highlight at during the halftime show. Jacob Stassen once again I formation. He's going to hand this one off to Nowaski, who's going to run this one right up the gut of the offense. That's going to be good for 5. Still turning his legs. That's going to be good for 6 yards on the carry out to East Grand Forks 47-yard line. So that's going to result in a 2nd down and 4 for the Green Wave near midfield.
Yeah, Green Wave really not afraid to use Nowaski. Obviously, he's going to be considered probably one of their most dynamic playmakers. I'd like to see them get the ball in Austin Rustling's hands a little bit. Again, he's going to generally line up out wide receiver, of course. I'd love for them to get him the ball a little bit, let him make a play. I mean, he's a good, big, physical frame, athletic body. Why not put it to use tonight against an undermanned Perham team?
Stassen in that familiar formation, I formation, Nowaski running back position, Schmiederberg in the fullback position. This one's going to be handed off to Schmiederberg near midfield, right at midfield, short of the line to gain. That's going to be a gain of 2 on the play, and that's going to result in a 3rd down and 2 for the Green Wave from their own 49-yard line.
Sam, a cool gale coming in the press box from behind us, so expect maybe the weather to change a little bit sooner than we anticipated, folks. It's supposed to arrive tonight around 8 o'clock, but we might have a little bit of an expedited timeline as the sky is getting just a hair darker, the wind coming down a little bit. Expect probably a little bit of rain, Sam, tonight on this football field.
Good thing our cameraman, Luca Carpenter, has an umbrella in tow, so our video feed will be safe regardless of the weather conditions here tonight. 3rd down and 2 for the Green Wave. Stassen once again in I formation. It looks like they got the Yellowjackets to jump on this one. That's going to be 5 free ones, and that's going to be a free 1st down for East Grand Forks. Maybe a hard count from Stassen there, forcing the defensive front for Perham to jump early, and that's going to be a 1st down, and that's going to move the chains yet again.
Logan Fromo just hopping ahead there quickly and enough to warrant a free five, and a 1st down for the Green Wave as they now cross over into the Yellowjackets end of the field from the 46-yard line of the Jackets. They're driving.
Fresh set of downs. They are driving, and they are chewing up clock as well. 9:17 and ticking, and it looks like they do not have any urgency whatsoever. They are very content to control the time of possession and continue to move the chains on the ground. I formation once again. Schmiederberg and Nowaski behind Stassen. Near side is Rustling in his wide receiver position. This one's going to be handed off to Nowaski, and he's met immediately in the backfield, met by a defensive end for the Perham Yellowjackets. On the tackle for them, that is going to be number 7, Ashton Deltoff, the star tight end, who's averaging over 15 yards per catch so far up until this point in the season. Also making some plays from his defensive end position as well there, as that's going to result in a loss of 2 for the Green Wave.
Nowaski tried to cut it back, had the right idea there, but he was just swarmed. I mean, East Grand Forks the run blocking just got overwhelmed immediately, and Nowaski not able to make too much out of that play there, Sam.
So now the Green Wave dealing with the 2nd down and 13 from their own 49-yard line. Once again, familiar formation, I formation. This time we have 2 wide receivers. I believe that's a tight end out wide, Cole Bees. Also now Rustling thrown in motion. He's going to join Bees on the far side, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. I don't think the Perham coaching staff like their setup on that one. So we're going to take this one with them, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to East Grand Forks football. They lead the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 12-0, and you are listening to Minnesota High School football on KNOX.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
I don't know though. I feel like once I'm in, it stands. Otherwise, that's cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. East Grand Forks 2nd down and 12 from the Perham Yellowjackets 49-yard line. This one is going to be Play action pass. Stassen looking downfield. He has his man. That's going to be complete to Rustling on the far side. And he is going to cross the 35-yard line, ultimately taken down at the 31. That's good for a first down. So that's the variety that we're looking for out of this Green Wave offense. They've been grounding and pounding. Now they're mixing things up against the Yellowjackets out of a timeout that they took. And that's good for a first down and moving the chains yet again for the Green Wave.
And looking back, Sam, on that play where Perham ends up calling the timeout, I think the Green Wave had him caught. I mean, they moved Rustling to that far side, and they they necessarily weren't ready for that, and they took the timeout, and they go right back to Rustling on the next play. So nice play by the Green Wave there. A good positive first down yardage for them.
That timeout that Perham Yellowjackets just took was brought to you by Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. First down and 10 now for East Grand Forks from Perham's 33-yard line. This one's going to be handed off to Schmiederberg as he's going to run up the right side of the offensive line, and he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. So that's going to be good for a gain of 3 for the Green Wave, and they're very content to continue to eat up 3-4 yards at a time, and then eventually, boom, break out for a 47-yard Jordan Nowaski run. And Stassen just proved his ability when he connected with Rustling on the far side to move the ball effectively through the air as well. So everything appears to be going right for the Green Wave right now. As we take a look at our All True Health System scoreboard, they lead the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 12-0.
This ball control offense, Sam, just suffocating. And there's just no other way to say it. It's just suffocating. I mean, the Green Wave feels like they've had the ball all game long, and they play defense half the time.
Pitched out to Nowaski on the right side. He's going to make a man miss. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to go into the RBB Electric Red Zone inside the 10, and he's going to walk in for another touchdown. That's Nowaski's second touchdown of the game. East Grand Forks is going to extend their lead to 18-0 over Perham, and everything is going right for East Grand Forks.
For those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, we'll get a replay. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. So watch Nowaski kick it outside, Sam, and then kind of wisely breaks a couple tackles. So it's nice to see him. Look, he slips by one here and another here, and then he's home free. So Nowaski adding to his total, his third tutty on the night. Nice play by him there.
Tough running from Nowaski, breaking 3 tackles on the run. That one was good. For what distance did you get for that rush right there, Adrian?
I believe, Sam, that was a 30-yard touchdown run from Nowaski.
Nowaski racking up the rushing yards, just 2 of his larger runs, and that accumulates 70 yards. And I have to imagine that he is near 100 already, and we still have 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. The point after attempt is through the uprights and good for East Grand Forks, so they're going to extend their lead over Perham by a score of 19-0. We're going to keep this one here in East Grand Forks. Everything is going right for them. They've been running the ball at will. They've had some turnovers on special teams. Their defense has been suffocating against Perham. You got to think this is exactly how head coach Ryan Kosowski drew this one up.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're pretty much firing on all cylinders. Special teams got a nice balance as well. The punts have been good. The kicks have been good. PAT there doesn't hurt. You know, I got to say, Sam, and completely not a knock, I just don't remember Nowaski being such a dynamic impact player last season. I know you got to look at him earlier in that drubbing of Crookston. Was that kind of your surmising as well after that Crookston game, that he really can just make plays at will?
Nowaski certainly is having his coming out party this year as a senior running back for the Green Wave, also a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball for them as well. Nowaski dynamic. He can make a man miss using his agility, but he can also run right through your face mask as well with the power. Standing at 5'11", 190 pounds. That's a good size for a running back at this level of Minnesota high school football.
You know, Sam, and you got to give it to the Green Wave. Their compass is pretty much only set on north. I mean, they are getting upfield. They're making plays. And the other thing is that they're keeping their head up and they're looking up play kind of for that next hole. I mean, perfect example here, Nowaski's getting wrapped up. Not afraid to, kind of not waving the white flag. He keeps his feet moving, breaks a tackle, breaks another, and then he's cleared onto the end zone. This kick going to be a short pooch here. Going to be fielded near the 35 for the Perham Jackets. This one's going to start moving outside the tackle. He is snagged down, so the Yellowjackets going to lose 7 yards here. A little bit of activity after the whistle here. Number 11 for Perham. I don't have a name. It's going to be Dominic Reyes. A little poor sport there as he's making sure his man is well blocked into the turf.
Brody Anderson on the tackle for East Grand Forks as that return was fielded by the upback, like you mentioned, Adrian, but he moved backwards. Now the Perham Yellowjackets are going to start this offensive possession from their own 28-yard line, still with 72 yards left to go. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on our All True Health System scoreboard. East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 19-0, a 3-possession lead. Taking the field yet again is the Yellow Jacket offense. Alex Bloom with running backs to both sides, and this ball's on the turf, and East Grand Forks looks like they have another turnover, waiting for the signal from the referee. And it indeed is a turnover for the Green Wave, so they are going to take over at the 25-yard line. The offense is not going to get much of a break here. Everything, once again, I can't say it enough, is going right for the Green Wave here tonight.
Not sure who had the recovery there, Sam, but excellent play from the Green Wave tonight. They're +2 in the turnover category right now. This one going to set them up again, and they're +3 actually. Interception, fumble recovery, and that little punt recovery as well. So the Green Wave +3 in the turnover category early in this one.
3 turnovers for the Green Wave, 2 on defense, a fumble recovery, an interception, and also a punt that was dropped, and they were able to recover that one on special teams. So a triple crown of turnovers for East Grand Forks here tonight. Now starting this offensive possession from the 26-yard line. This one's going to be handed off to Schmiederberg, and he has a lot of room to run on the outside. He's going to be pushed out of bounds deep inside the RBB Electric red zone at the 9-yard line. So East Grand Forks continuing to apply the pressure, not giving up at all. And Adrian, you said it earlier, they are keeping their nose north.
Oh, just excellent running for the Green Wave. I mean, as someone that likes to see what these high school quarterbacks can do with their arms, the Green Wave are perfectly content with playing with their legs, and they are pretty much taking it out where they can, Sam. This one puts them firmly in the RBB Electric red zone at the 6-yard line. First and goal, Sam, with 6:17 remaining on Ultra Health Systems scoreboard. Green Wave got them 19-0, second quarter.
Threatening for more, already leading by 3 possessions, trying to extend that into 4. Stassen in shotgun formation. Schmiederberg and Nowaski behind him. He's going to throw Bees, the tight end. This snap was dropped. We have a flag on the play. I do not believe that was a pre-snap flag as they continued to allow him. So it was a touchdown, but this one is going to come back for the Green Wave.
There's a chance it was offside, Sam. I think that right guard just moved just a modicum too early. Lost our video feed here, folks. We're going to keep it with you. Give us just 1 second. We're going to get this resolved.
Adrian, our on-site engineer, is going to try to figure this one out. For those of you watching on KNOXradio.com under the live sports tab, we have lost our video feed for the moment. So if you want to tune on to your radio waves, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM, you'll be able to listen to us paint a picture for you here. We're going to try to figure out this tech issue as we move along. East Grand Forks continuing to threaten. That last play was an illegal motion on the offense. Stassen dropped the snap, but continued to pick it up and carry it into the end zone. But that is going to be called back. The next play from scrimmage is going to be a handoff to Nowaski, and he's going to have another touchdown. This one is going to be from 11 yards out. So Jordan Nowaski yet again. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night, and Green Wave extend their lead to 4 possessions on the night. Our Ultra Health System scoreboard now reads East Grand Forks 25, Perham 0, with just under 6 minutes remaining in the half. Everything is going right for East Grand Forks. Another score off of a turnover, a fumble on Perham's last offensive possession. Their first snap during that possession was fumbled. East Grand Forks was able to pick that one up. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We're going to try to fix the video issues. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 26-0. You are listening to Minnesota High School football on KNOX.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to KNOX Live Sports, brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM KNOX. East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Everything going right. Now the Yellow Jacket offense is going to try to right the ship and put together an offensive possession here. This is a good return for the Yellow Jackets, crossing their own 40-yard line, now crossing midfield, crossing the 40-yard line, now crossing the 30, eventually being tackled from behind near the 20-yard line. So that is the shot in the arm that the Perham Yellow Jackets needed, as they are going to start this offensive possession with a short field from the East Grand Forks 21-yard line. Correction, I was tapped by the public address team, my colleagues up here in the press box. There is a flag on the play, so this one is going to come back. That's going to negate the best play to this point in the game for the Yellow Jackets, and that has to be a shot to the morale for the Yellow Jackets. They thought they were going to be set up on the door of the RBB Electric Red Zone on that return. However, holding is going to bring that one back deep into their own territory. So instead of having to march the ball 20 yards into the end zone, it looks like they're going to have to march the ball 85, 90 yards. Still marking off the penalty, so we're going to see where the Yellow Jackets are going to start this offensive possession. The referee marching, and they are going to mark them down at the 15-yard line. So that is going to be a difference of 35 plus 30. That's a 65-yard difference on the penalty, and that one hurts for the Yellow Jackets as they have 85 yards to go with 5 minutes and 46 seconds remaining on our Ultra Health System scoreboard in the first half. Perham now in the backfield, running backs on both sides. He has a wide receiver set on both sides as well. This one's going to be handed off up the middle. That's going to be a solid run for the Yellow Jackets, taken down at the 21-yard line. That's going to be good for a gain. That is going to be good for a gain of 6. So now we're going to have a 2nd down and 4 for the Yellow Jackets, and that was a good carry. Perham has not shown the ability to effectively move the ball on the ground. We have talked extensively during the pregame show about their ability to move the ball in the air, this air raid offense that they operate. Attempted 52 passes last week in their defeats against Detroit Lakes, and if they're going to want to have to make a comeback here tonight, they might have to pass the ball even more than that. Alex Bloom, shotgun formation, running backs on both sides. This one's going to be handed off once again, but he is met by a trio of defensive linemen and linebackers for East Grand Forks behind the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for East Grand Forks is Jez Jones, number 8 for the Green Wave, among a couple of other defensive linemen. So I think they're going to share credit on the tackle right there. This is going to result in a 3rd down and 6. That's going to be a loss of 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Operating from their own 22-yard line, the line to gain is the 30. This Green Wave defense has been suffocating all night long. That 6-yard carry that we saw 2 plays ago has been the most effective rush we've seen so far for Perham, and they have not been able to effectively move the ball through the air. Alex Bloom has to be feeling some frustration. He's going to throw a man in motion, 3 receivers now to his right. He's going to look in that direction, and he's going to have his man near the line to gain, and that's going to be good for a 1st down. On the connection is going to be Ashton Detloff, and we highlighted him in the pregame show. He is a tight end who has now eclipsed the 200-yard mark on the season for the Yellow Jackets, averaging near 15 yards per carry. He got 7 on that one, needed 6, so that's going to be good enough to move the chains for the Yellow Jackets. And that has to be a sigh of relief from their fans and from that bench, as the last thing they needed was another 3-and-out to put their defense back on the field. It's now 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 30-yard line. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the first half on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. The Green Wave lead Perham by a score of 26-0. Bloom alone in the backfield, 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to throw a man in motion. He's going to hand that off to him, but he's going to be tackled by East Grand Forks, trying to get a number on that one. That is going to be on the tackle, 71 correction on the tackle for East Grand Forks. So I believe that's Hudson Twite on the tackle for East Grand Forks. And that's going to be good for no gain on the play, tackled at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10. And for those of you who tuned into the radio station from our video feed, it appears that we have our video feed back in action. Right as I say that, we lose it again. Our video feed, we had it back momentarily, but it went black immediately again. So we're going to work to try to get that back as we're dealing with some tech issues. But you can tune in over the airwaves, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM, KNOX. Bloom, shotgun formation, takes the snap. This is going to be a pass play, keeping his eyes down the field, evading pressures pressure in the backfield, and he has a man open, and that is going to be complete near midfield, taken down. So an excellent play there from Alex Bloom, evading some East Grand Forks defenders in the backfield, keeping his eyes downfield, and that was too much time for East Grand Forks secondary to keep the ball alive. As it looks like we have video feedback, let's see how long we're able to hold on to that one. For those of you who are tuned into the radio waves, you can access this video stream at knoxradio.com under the live sports tab. Thank you to our on-site engineer, Adrian Cummings, for getting us back on the video stream.
Not sure what happened there, Sam, but you know what? Folks, if you want to make sure you don't lose the broadcast, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. We'll be with you all night long. Not sure what happened there. Back and rolling. Our clock is going to have to do a little bit of catch-up as our Ultra Health System scoreboard reads. Green Wave 26, Perham Yellowjackets 0. A couple big plays from Perham there, Sam. I caught my peripheral. What, fill me back in.
Perham able to move the ball effectively on the ground. A big pass play there from Bloom, but that is going to be brought back a little bit. Still good for a first down. Offensive pass interference. So now it's going to be a first down and 10 for Perham from their own 40-yard line. Once again, this one's going to be passed to Deltoff, and he is met immediately by Jez Jones. Nice tackle there from the East Grand Forks secondary, but not before the Yellow Jackets are able to pick up 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a second down and short right at midfield, the 50-yard line. So that's an 8-yard reception for Detloff. And the Yellow Jackets are having their best offensive possession of the night so far. You can see that it is a priority for the Yellow Jackets to continue to target Detloff. That is his second reception on the drive. He had one that was good to move the chains on a third down and long, and that one on first down is going to set Perham up nicely on a second down and short at midfield on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. The Yellow Jackets trailing the Green Wave by a score of 26-0. Rolling out now. Looking down the field and just out of the reach of his intended target, targeting Gavin Griffin, was Alex Bloom. Just out of the reach of Griffin. Bloom rolling out to his right, throwing the ball 20 yards down the field. So now it's going to be a third down and short from the 50-yard line, officially a third down and 2. Adrian right at midfield, down by 4 possessions. This is clearly 4-down territory.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be shocked if the Jackets didn't try and run here, though, Sam. 3rd and 2, it's gettable. Give yourself a fresh set of downs. Give yourself an opportunity maybe to get a score before half again. Green Wave get the ball. So kind of worst case scenario here for the Jackets. If they're not able to convert here. Again, if I was calling the plays and the X's and O's, I'd say run this one right up the gut and try it again on 4th down and give yourself a fresh set to work with.
East Grand Forks blitzing, Perham running, and they're near the line to gain. It looks like they have just enough to move the sticks. The refs are going to stop the clock, and this might be close enough for an official measurement here. The head official is going to indicate that is good to move the chains. So a rushing play, head coach Adrian Cummings called it. East Grand Forks brought the pressure, needed 2 yards, got maybe 2 yards and 1 inch. So that's going to be a first down now in East Grand Forks territory for Perham from the Green Wave 48-yard line.
As again, we're having some technical difficulties for those of you watching our video feed. Not exactly sure what's happening tonight. We're going to see if we can't get it taken care of for you.
Perham now, first down and 10 from the Green Wave 48-yard line. Under 2 minutes left to play in the second half here. Bloom, shotgun formation, play action pass, drops back to pass, facing some pressure, fumbles, bounces right back up. What an optimal bounce for the Yellow Jackets as Bloom was able to pick that one up off of one bounce in stride, and that's good for a 12-yard rush to the outside, far side of the field. So a fortunate bounce there for Perham. That's probably their first fortunate bounce of the night. So that's going to be officially a 13-yard gain for Perham, obviously enough to move the stick. So now a first down and 10 from the Green Wave 35-yard line. This is the Yellow Jackets' best offensive possession of the game as they are chewing up some clock here. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Once again, the Green Wave leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 26-0. And we are going to try highlight the scoring summary over the halftime break and talk about everything that has been going right for East Grand Forks. Bloom alone in the backfield, shotgun formation, throws this one to the outside. That is complete to his intended target. That's Tate Zacharias on the outside. And he is pushed out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So that's going to be good for a gain of 7. Now second down and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. We're going to see who took this one. Regardless, we're going to have a timeout on the field. This timeout is brought to you by Apex Apparel, your family-owned quick turnaround apparel and print shop in Grand Forks, and also Big Jim's Tire. Yeah. 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining in the first half. East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-0. 3 turnovers in the first half for the Green Wave that have gone their way. They have an interception, fumble recovery on defense, and a fumble recovery on a punt. So they were able to score off of all 3 of those turnovers. So everything is going right now for the Green Wave. But the Yellowjackets are threatening here, their best offensive possession thus far in the football game. They're left with the 2nd down and 4 from the 29-yard line. Momentarily have our video stream back. Maybe we should quit saying that, but we have to inform people over the radio waves. Bloom rolling out to his right, keeping his eyes down the field. He targeted Zacharias in the middle of the field, but that was behind his intended target. That would have been good enough for a first down. Trying to make a throw on the run was Bloom. I have a feeling that he's used to doing that. Every pass attempt, he is rolling out either to the far side or the near side. But that one was just right behind the intended target, Zacharias. So a big 3rd down and 4 for the Yellowjackets from the 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, Bloom with the running back to his left, trips wide receivers on the near side to the quarterback's right. And we're going to have a flag before either team was able to get set up. So I have a feeling usually when that's the case, this one is going to go against the offense. So the Yellowjackets once again moving in the wrong direction.
And just critical 3rd down here, Sam. I mean, they're 29-yard line, 3rd and 4, and then just a little bit of a mental error. There's, legal formation backs you up, and it makes a 3rd and 4th and manageable. You're going to be 2-down territory. Now into a 3rd and 4th and long, which doesn't really help their problems right now, Sam.
Officially a 3rd down and 9 for the Yellowjackets, and they're going to take a timeout before this crucial 3rd down with 1 minute and 18 seconds left at half. We're going to keep this one here as we burned up our timeout breaks for the first half. However, this timeout is brought to you by Apex Apparel, your family-owned quick turnaround apparel and print shop in Grand Forks right there on Demers Avenue. And also Big Jim Tires, the region's largest supplier of agricultural tires. So make sure to check them out. Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel, our timeout sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Also, our network sponsors, Rivard's Turf and Forage. Make sure to check out all of their specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales and service in East Grand Forks right off the 5-way 2. Looking at our Ultra Health System scoreboard, once again, East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-0 with 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining in the half. Adrian, do you recall who got the ball to begin this game? I believe East Grand Forks got it, so Perham has a chance to double dip. To score.
Actually, I'm going to correct you, Sam. Green Wave kicked off to Perham, and Perham fumbled that ball, remember, and recovered at the 19-yard line, just fell on it. And the Green Wave got a really nice team on start on special teams. This play here is going to go on the outside hashes. Nice first down run there by Bloom. Excellent job using his feet. Green Wave had great coverage downfield, but he's able to sneak one by for a first down. So the Green Wave will get the ball at half.
Thank you for that correction, Adrian. That's going to be a gain of 13. That's going to bring the Yellowjackets inside the RBB Electric red zone. That's good for a first down on 3rd and 9 with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the half. Yellowjackets, especially with East Grand Forks getting the ball to start the second half, you got to think this is a must-score situation for their head coach, Jesse Hine, and the rest of the team.
I'd imagine, Sam, that they're going to pretty much get into the end zone by any means necessary. And the Green Wave, they know this. They know this is coming. So you may be not necessarily playing curtain defense, but you can drop your safeties a little bit deeper because you know where they're going.
Bloom dropping back, running back, picking up some blitz pressure from the Green Wave, keeping his eyes down the field, has a target, and he has him. That's going to be a pass complete inside the 5-yard line. That pass is complete to number 10 for the Perham Yellowjackets. The catch is going to go to Ty Rooney on the far side. So a good job once again by Alex Bloom to evade pressure. Good job by the running back to pick up the pressure to allow Bloom to roll out to his right. And he found Rooney, who was planted right at the 5-yard line. It looks like maybe the secondary kind of lost him near the sideline there, but right upon catching it was pushed out of bounds. So a first down and goal from the 2-yard line. Perham Yellowjackets with 1 minute remaining in the half.
So Perham, Sam, obviously going to do everything they can to get on the scoreboard here and try and make this next kick or this next play, as short as possible, I guess, if you put it. I mean, they don't want the Green Wave to get really any real opportunity to possess the ball, but Perham putting themselves in a nice position to at least get some points back, Sam, to end the half.
Power formation here for Perham, and they're going to hand this one off in the backfield. A little bit of misdirection, and I do not believe he reached the goal line. So that's going to be short, and that's going to keep the clock running 50 seconds and continuing to tick away in the first half. The Green Wave leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 26-0. Short game there now results in a 2nd down and 1 for Perham. Kind of a power formation. You saw a fullback immediately behind the quarterback Bloom, and then you saw 2 halfbacks standing offset of that fullback behind him. So some misdirection. Now seeing similar formation, almost as if all the running backs are immediately, and they're going to attempt the brotherly shove right there up the middle, as that was an attempted quarterback sneak up the middle. Alex Bloom, but that was a false start. I believe one of the running backs behind him got a head start trying to push Bloom across the goal line. Got a little too eager on that one. I'm not sure if Bloom got into the end zone. I'm sure he probably did. However, the false start is going to push them back 5 yards, and that's going to result in a 2nd down and 6 from the 6-yard line.
Perham, Sam, just having a tough time getting out of their own way tonight. I mean, they've had a nice play. They go backwards. They've had a nice play. They go backwards. Here we have a perfect goal line situation. You get a 5-yard false start penalty, so that backs you up. Now all of a sudden you go from a 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 6. I mean, it takes away some of your options as far as that brotherly shove, A gap, fullback dive, pick your name of the play, right? But nonetheless, an injury timeout here, folks. We're going to keep this one with you. This timeout brought to you by Apex Apparel, your family-owned quick turnaround apparel and print shop here in Grand Forks, and Big Jim's Eastside Tire.
So an injured player is going to result in a timeout. I'm not sure. I did not get a number on the injured player. Was able to walk off the field under his own power. So got to love to see that. Hoping that maybe just a cramp. So now a 2nd down and 6. Like you said, Adrian, the clock continues to run. That was not an official timeout, an injury timeout. So 20 seconds remaining, and the clock continues to tick. 2nd down and 6 from the 6-yard line. Alone in the backfield is Bloom. Looks like an attempted quarterback draw. Pass is complete at the 1-yard line, but tackled and met immediately. And the clock continues to run. Perham is going to call a timeout with 6 seconds remaining in the first half. They're going to have one more play to try punch this one into the end zone.
So Perham, nice play call there. Just a receiver not able to get upfield quickly. Green Wave wise to wrap and not tackle as to try and peel off just a hair of extra time on the clock. So 6 seconds, Sam. I'm not going to say it's the play of the first half, but obviously for the Yellow Jackets, this is going to be the play of the first half. 3rd and short, got to have it. 6 seconds left. You're probably only really going to get one look at this one. So the Jackets, obviously, all out of timeouts here, are going to want to make something happen.
East Grand Forks defense essentially here has an opportunity to put the final nail in the coffin to close out the first half. I mean, talk about taking all the air out of the room for Perham if they're not able to cap off this effective. They started this drive from their own 15-yard line after an effective kick return was called back on a holding, so able to fight back, battle through some adversity were the Yellow Jackets. Now coming out of the timeout, it is 3rd down and 2. 6 seconds remaining, no timeouts left for the Yellow Jackets. Bloom in the backfield, running backs on each of his hips, 2 wide receivers to the far side to the left. Bloom rolling out to the left, has a man, and he throws his target. The intended target was Detloff on the play. However, an incomplete pass, 1.4 seconds still remaining on the clock. So they're going to have one more opportunity yet on 4th down from the 2-yard line to punch this one into the end zone.
And he had his man, Tegan Detloff, just barely placing it out of reach off the fingertips there. Perham luckily able to save with just 1.5 seconds left on the clock. My finger not as fast for those of you watching on KNOXradio.com. We're at 12 minutes. That's an error. We have 1.5 seconds left on this one from the length of the football, Sam. I'd expect them to run it right up the gut here.
You got it. I mean, and on that last play, Bloom had an opportunity to maybe run that one in, opted to go to his star tight end, Detloff. Nevertheless, Bloom in shotgun formation at the 2-yard line. Last play of the first half, he's going to throw a wide receiver in motion on the far side, looking that way, facing pressure in the backfield, keeping his eyes down the field. Had his target, so great effort right there from Bloom to evade pressure in the backfield, finding his intended target, Tate Zacharias, in the end zone. So the Yellow Jackets are able to get on the board with zeros remaining in the first half. We're going to have a point after attempt from Perham as they're able to cap off an 85-yard drive, their last offensive possession of the first half, to try make this comeback a little bit more manageable in the last 24 minutes.
And I think that Detloff probably could have ran that one in with his legs, but he waited for the pass option, just coming across the back end of the end zone. The big man, number 1, Tate Zacharias, with the touchdown as time expires here in the first half, Sam.
attempting a point after attempt, and this one is a botched snap, maybe a fake, and this is going to result in a 2-point conversion. So looked away for a brief second. I don't know if that was an intended fake point after attempt or if that was a botched snap. Nevertheless, receivers continued to move down the field, and that's going to be good for 2 points. So now after 24 minutes of play, the first half, East Grand Forks Green Wave leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-8. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with the halftime show on KNOX. Don't go anywhere.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Number 40, Matt Puente. Number 47, Brett Beiswinger.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuning into the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. And for those of you trying to watch our video stream, you can do so by visiting our website, knoxradio.com, and clicking on the Live Sports tab. East Grand Forks leading Perham at halftime by a score of 26-8. Everything going right for the Green Wave. 3 turnovers, 3 different fashions, an interception, fumble recovery on defense, and then a fumble recovery from their punting unit as well. I believe they were able to capitalize on all 3, if not 2 out of 3 of those opportunities. So the Green Wave capitalizing on the mistakes that the Yellowjackets are making. And you are listening to the halftime show brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and the Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. This halftime show is a little special for the fans in attendance as we are commemorating the 20th anniversary of the 2004 East Grand Forks football team. That squad went undefeated, 14-0 on the season, ultimately winning the state championship. So it's happy to watch these former Green Wave alumni walking out onto the field to an ovation from the home crowd with their families. A special moment here for the Green Wave alumni.
Yeah, Sam, and it's been really a quite nice night of football for the Green Wave loyal. Couple teary eyes in the stands I'm seeing with this Green Wave championship team 20 years ago, Sam. Some familiar names in the community, of course, for those of you that have been around, but Green Wave playing excellent football, backing up everything. You know, it's similar to a homecoming night, if you will, of, you know, the band's here, the fans are here, a little more energy in the air, and the Green Wave certainly have rung the bell thus far. They expect them to keep their feet on the gas pedal as this one continues to traipse on into the 3rd and 4th quarters, Sam.
We've talked about the turnovers for East Grand Forks offensively. Jordan Nowaski in that rushing attack for the Green Wave. So far, Perham has yet to find an answer. Nowaski, Schmiederberg have been the primary tools for the Green Wave offense up until this point. Nowaski especially has had 3 rushing touchdowns. Adrian, are you able to give our listening audience a scoring summary of the first half?
Absolutely, Sam. So we had some balanced scoring for the Green Wave there. Maybe not balanced, but it came in different quarters. Jordan Nowacki gets this one going early with the 4th down, 10-yard touchdown run at 7 minutes and 10 seconds in the first quarter. The Green Wave able to double up and tag one on just at the very end there with 59 seconds remaining in that first quarter. Nowacki again gets a 4-yard touchdown run. You got to remember that big setup play came from him, that 49-yard rush that got him down to the 2-yard line. He lost 2, and then he got all 4 and had his hands up in the air like the touchdown celebrations. The Green Wave closed out that first quarter with a lead of 12-0, and they kept the ball rolling and really kept their feet on it. The Yellowjackets' first drive of the game able to be sustained in that beginning of that second quarter, but then again a turnover plagues them, and Nowaski again does what he does with 6 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock in the second quarter. He puts in a 30-yard touchdown run, for his 3rd score of the night, and the Green Wave at that time taking 18-0 lead, or 19-0 lead, as they made their PAT. And then again, the Green Wave get a quick turnover. That one, I believe, came on.
I believe that was the fumble.
That's right. The Green Wave get a quick turnover with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left. Nowaski caps off a short drive with a 5-yard touchdown run. And as time expires, the Perham Yellowjackets able to get on the board just briefly with that 1-yard touchdown catch. That one coming from Zacharias by way of Detlef. And the 2-point conversion is good. So at half, we have a score of 29-0. Ultra House Systems scoreboard reads Green Wave leading this one, Jackets trailing.
Thank you for that scoring summary, Adrian. Nowaski with 4 touchdowns on the ground so far up until this point. He is giving the Perham Yellowjackets troubles up until this point in the game. The Green Wave leading the Yellowjackets by a score of 26-8. The 2004 state championship Green Wave team getting a standing ovation from the home crowd here during the halftime show. This halftime show brought to you here on KNOX by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back to wrap up the halftime show.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family.
Jordan Nowaski with 4 rushing touchdowns, 3 turnovers for the Green Wave. Head coach Ryan Kosowski is probably scratching his head, trying to think of ways for this Green Wave team to improve into the second half.
You know, Sam, it's going to be tough to do. I mean, they're winning in all facets of the game. Special teams, run defense, pass defense, turnover margin, they're ahead. Offensive rushing yards, they're ahead. I don't think they're ahead in passing yards, but they haven't needed to. I mean, this Green Wave team is just dominating all facets of this game. No surprise why they've started this season 2-0. Perham matching the season point total for the Green Wave in the first half here. So it's probably speaking a little bit more to the Waves' ability on defensive side of the ball rather than Perham's offensive side, as they've been mostly stymied by this East Grand Forks defense, and they're really getting it from all sides and all places, Sam. I got to give a special shout out to Jazz Jones, corner. Excellent job of coverage for him tonight, pretty much all night long. He's been stopping what's been coming his way. And also up front, Maverick Martin and Rylan Gravel is just doing a great job disrupting inside. Pass pro, they're doing excellent. Run defense, maybe a little bit to be desired, but excellent football from the Green Wave thus far, Sam.
East Grand Forks, those defensive front for the Green Wave certainly deserve their recognition, not allowing much room to breathe for the Yellow Jacket offense. Green Wave starting the season off 2-0, trying to extend that to a 3-0 start on the season. Week 1 was a 41-8 victory over the Crookston Pirates. Last week was a 14-0 victory versus Little Falls in Little Falls. So like you mentioned, Adrian, only 8 points on the season. Perham was able to match that on their last offensive possession. However, Perham has yet to get into a rhythm offensively. We were talking about it extensively during the pregame show about their desire to operate an air raid offense. However, it looks like every time that we see Alex Bloom drop back, he's either rolling out to his left or to his right, perhaps by design, but he's not just your standard drop back and pass.
No, not at all. And he's shown some ability to make some plays with his legs, which is good, right? I mean, you got to have a little bit of that sort of two-dimensional threat. I mean, we know they're a pass preference offense, but they have some of that two-dimensional threat with the ability of him, Bloom, to roll out, extend plays with his legs. They've run a couple option quarterback plays, a couple design draws. Their most success tonight, Sam, has come off tackle on the outside, as the Green Wave really are winning that battle up front. So expect them to run the ball. If they're going to run the ball at all, it's going to come off tackle. It's going to stay outside, and it's probably going to be when a play breaks down, as that defensive coverage, the back zone coverage has been excellent for the Green Wave tonight, Sam.
East Grand Forks, I mean, we talked extensively. Jordan Nowaski certainly deserves his flowers. 4 rushing touchdowns in that first half. But we also saw the ability of their quarterback, Jacob Stassen, to move the ball through the air. He had a nice third down conversion pass completion to Austin Rustling on the far side. Good for 20 yards on the play at a time when they needed it, only leading by 2 possessions. Probably would have been a punt situation if they had not been able to convert. This halftime show has been brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales, KNOX Sports Network, 1310 AM, 1079 FM, Minnesota High School Football, KNOX.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-8, and they're going to receive the ball to start the second half, Adrian. So they're going to look to pick up right where they left off, and I can't imagine they're going to alter their game plan too much in the second half. I'm sure we're going to see a heavy dosage of Nowaski and Schmiederberg as we continue on in the third quarter.
Sam, a wise man once told me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, this Green Wave team, every facet of the game, it's not broke. They're playing excellent ball, every single progression, every single side of the ball, special teams, both sides. I mean, no reason to really change anything up. Obviously, weather might become a factor again as we're seeing some of these storms might be rolling into our region, but we've held them off for the most part. But the Green Wave comfortable on the scoreboard as the boot is up. It is deep, and it's going to be fielded by the Green Wave about the 10-yard line here.
Nowaski on the return for the Green Wave, now crossing the 35-yard line. He's tackled by a gang of Yellowjackets, a swarm of Yellowjackets, but he's going to take that one out to the 36-yard line. So a nice return there from East Grand Forks from their do-it-all athlete, Jordan Nowaski. So now East Grand Forks is going to be set up nicely from the 38-yard line as they prepare to start their first offensive possession of the second half.
Jackets going to call their team to the hive on the sideline here and send out a few new Bs. They're going to be ready to play in the second half. I expect a stern talking to came in the locker room. So expect a little bit more intensity out of these Jackets. They're going to be ready to sting early, Sam.
The emphasis from Coach Hine on the Yellow Jackets locker room had to be stopping the run if they have any chance of getting back into this game, not only to prevent the Green Wave from putting more points onto the board, but also to try to give their offense more possessions. I formation here for the Green Wave. This one's going to go to Nowaski as he runs in between the tackles, and he's going to cross the 40-yard line, eventually taken down at the 42. So that's going to be good for a gain of 4 on the play. So that's going to result in a second down and 6 from the 42-yard line.
Slow developing tackle there, Sam, but Nowaski is bottled up. This one's going to be spotted at quite a bit shorter than where he ended up, about 3-4 yard handicap there. And so the Green Wave now going to have just second and manageable, I think second and 7 maybe or so. So Green Wave going right back to what was working in the first half, running that ball.
Like you said, Adrian, if it's not broke, do not fix it. Right back in that I formation. One receiver rustling on the far side to Stassen's left. This one's going to go to Schmiederberg right up the gut of the offensive line. That's going to be a short gain as he just barely crosses the line of scrimmage, eventually taken down at the 48-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 1 yard on the play, and it's going to be a third down and 5. So a good opportunity early on for this Jacket defense to get off the field and give their offense a chance to climb back into this one.
And I think, Sam, that's exactly got to be their game plan. Offensively, it's going to be a slow build, right? You're trailing by 3 scores, so you're not just going to get that all back in a couple plays, but this is what they have to do. They have to get the Green Wave into third and questionable. 3rd and 5, it's not exactly a gimme play, right? But they got to get Green Wave to third down. They got to get them off the field. They got to give their offense a chance to operate and get in a rhythm.
Stassen's going to pitch this one to Nowaski to the left side behind his tight end Bs and behind his fullback Schmiederberg. He's good enough for a first down. However, we do have a flag on the play at the 44-yard line. So this one might come back. That was good for a first down, 7 yards on the rush from Nowaski following his blockers effectively. Schmiederberg does a good job of creating a path, and that one is going to be a holding on the offensive line. And I'm not sure if we can pin that one on the offensive line. Didn't get a number of the player who committed the infraction. Nevertheless, that's going to bring East Grand Forks back 10 yards. And creates even more of an opportunity for the Yellowjackets as that diminishes the chances of East Grand Forks being able to convert this one on the ground. You got to think if they want to convert a first down here, Stassen's going to have to do it through the air.
I would say, Sam, the Green Wave are just going to be in a don't make a stupid play territory here. You're most likely going to punt 3rd and 15. Great to get. Really lucky to have. So I would say just don't make a dumb play. Don't turn the ball over. Do your best not to take a sack in the backfield, and you'll be just fine.
That's exactly right. Stassen in shotgun formation. Schmiederberg and Nowaski on both of his hips. 2 receivers to his right on the far side. He's going to throw Nowaski in motion to create trips on the near side. And it's going to be a design screen. I do not think Schmiederberg, a little miscommunication between Schmiederberg and Stassen as they had blockers out there, would have given him opportunity with some room to run. However, able to avoid a turnover, the ball falls innocently to the turf. So it's going to be 4th down and long. East Grand Forks is going to end up punting to conclude their first offensive possession of the second half.
Not sure if one of those big men was eligible, Sam, or not, but it didn't really look like there was a skill player in the same zip code as that, Paul. So Stassen maybe one he'd like to have back, but nonetheless, it's all right. They're going to be punting here. Kicker standing on his own 20-yard line. Let's see where the boot ends up.
Coaching moment there for head coach Ryan Kosowski. High snap collected by the punter Rustling, and he puts up another booming punt. This one is going to land at Perham's 35-yard line, and that's going to get a favorable bounce for East Grand Forks. It keeps rolling. It's eventually going to be down at the 22. So collecting the high snap was the wide receiver, Austin Rustling, utilizing those hands and able to get a quality punt off down the field. And that's going to be a good flip of field position for the Green Wave. Got to be happy about that one.
Yeah, nice job not going negative there. I mean, the snap over his head, if he had not been 6'3" with his arms fully extended, they might have not have grabbed that one, but nonetheless, they avoid kind of disaster. Nice boot downfield, an extra roll to boot, and now the Jackets going to set up shop here, their own 22-yard line.
I think I overheard our colleagues up in the press box say that was a 45-yard punt. So a great job there from Austin Rustling to collect that high snap and get a booming punt off. First offensive possession from the Jackets here, and they are going to be smothered at the offensive line. Maverick Martin alongside Rylan Gravos, among others, and they're going to tackle the Yellowjackets in the backfield. So their first offensive play of the second half is going to be a loss of 2 as East Grand Forks continues to dominate up front defensively, and they're continuing to do it offensively. Didn't see it on that first offensive possession, but defensively, they have been suffocating the Jackets all night long.
Yeah, just excellent football from the Wave. I love these chrome Tulane-esque helmets in the moonlight, Sam. Beautiful night for football here. It's fall. It's football season. It's KNOX. You know what it is, folks. Appointment radio.
Exactly right. 1310 AM, 1079 FM, and we have video capability all season long. Here, the quarterback looking down the field has his man. He's going to be tackled right as he catches that one. The catch for Perham is going to be caught by Gavin Griffin, so a good job there from Alex Bloom, and that was just a 3 drop back pass, had his man, and it looks like they would have been able to complete that one if they were blindfolded. Good play that it looks like they practiced that one a lot.
Depending on the spot there, and they are going to give it to him, so the Green Wave now going to move the chains, or not, excuse me, the Perham Jackets going to move the chains. It looked close for a second there, but they're going to give it to him. So Perham trying to get in a rhythm here, Sam, trying to move the ball, just keep the ball moving. And I would imagine that anything on the other side of the 40-yard line probably is going to be 4 down.
First down and 10 for the Jackets from their own 32-yard line, and exactly trailing by 3 possessions. Adrian, I'm going to regurgitate what you just said. Everything is 4 down territory here. They're going to hand this one up the middle, trying to run up the right side of the offensive line. Absolutely no room to run for the Jackets right there, is once again swallowed by that defensive front for the Green Wave. So 2 rushing attempts for the Jackets in the second half, and that's a net of -4 yards so far. Another loss of 2, so that's going to result in a 2nd down and 12 from Perham's own 30-yard line.
Got to give their hats off to this defensive front from the Green Wave. I mean, they're playing pretty much a 3-man rush consistently. Sometimes they'll load the box, generally have a linebacker back out. Occasionally they'll send that fifth guy in, but this defensive front for the Wave is really holding their own, doing excellent job in the pass rush, and the run stopping has also been very, very admirable in the second half.
Bloom alone in the backfield, empty backfield, dropping back to pass, immediately facing pressure, somehow able to avoid it, rolling out to his right, looking down the field, and he's going to throw that one out of bounds on purpose. However, I think they were able to avoid the sack due to a holding infraction. There is a flag on the field at the 25-yard line, so I think Perham's going to continue to move in the opposite direction.
If you're Ryan Kozlowski, suppose you don't accept that play. It's going to be holding 10-yard penalty. I was going to say, if it's close, you accept it and just push them to third down right away. But they're going to set up 2nd and 22, so I'm sure Kazo will like to take that as well.
So I'm sure we're going to see continued reps here from the East Grand Forks secondary. Clear passing downs here for the Jackets, now deep inside their own territory. After initially moving chains on the first set of downs, they continue to move backwards. The line to gain is at the 42-yard line, and the Yellowjackets are snapping this one 2nd down and 22 from their own 20. Bloom in the backfield with a running back to his left, trips wide receivers on the near side. They're going to motion them tighter to the offensive line, and a sole wide receiver on the far side. Dropping back to passes, Bloom rolling out to his left to the near side, keeping his eyes down the field. He has room to run in front of him. He's eventually going to run out of bounds near the 38-yard line. So that's an effective carry right there. That's a rush of 13, 14 yards. So Bloom getting a lot of those penalty yards back and then some. So that's going to result in a 3rd down and manageable for the Jackets. Bloom utilizing his legs to create a 3rd down where they can feel comfortable running or passing.
And hats off to Bloom, Sam, all night long. He's been a very smart runner. He knows when to step out. He knows when to step up. And he knows, most of all, when to get rid of that darn ball. So he's done a really good job protecting the ball. Not so much happening in the backfield for him, but some of them turnovers have come. Running back maybe drops the ball. You get one on the punt, one an interception. So not maybe the best play, but nonetheless been pretty impressed by his football IQ, Sam, as this one has been rolling along.
Back of the napkin stats, I think he's only been sacked once so far, and he's been facing immense pressure. Big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 6 from the 38-yard line. Bloom dropping back, facing immediate pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket and tuck this one. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's going to be good for a 1st down. So once again, Bloom sensing pressure, stepping up in the pocket, realizing that he has a lot of green in front of him. So head coach Ryan Kozlowski may be starting to think about implementing a quarterback spy, as Bloom has hurt them on back-to-back plays with his legs.
Brady Overgaard does poke the ball out there from behind Bloom, but that one just fumbles out of bounds, so it just stays with the offense. But yes, like you said, they might be considering a spy. And with that, Sam, right, that takes away some of your ability to not only send a guy in on the defensive front, but to drop a guy back in some of that kind of mid-range 10 to 15-yard completion pass coverage. So some options for Perham might be opening up via the ground game.
Bloom dropping back to pass, looking for a quick hitter, able to avoid a backfield fumble. Ball is stripped from the quarterback. We have a dog pile at the 44-yard line. East Grand Forks defenders indicating that they think they have this one. This is the 4th turnover for East Grand Forks. Sack in the backfield. Alex Bloom loses a handle on it, and I'm not sure who recovered it, but East Grand Forks forces their 4th turnover of the game, and their offense is going to take over from the 43-yard line, getting ready to try extend their 3-possession lead on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. 6 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 26-8.
Barely 25 seconds after I said he's done a nice job of taking care of the ball. East Grand Forks steps up, gets some pressure, able to poke that ball down, and it's jostled around a little bit, but EGF had a good feeling they were on top of that one right away, and they do end up with it. Nice recovery by the Green Wave.
You got to expect another heavy dosage of run plays here from East Grand Forks. This one's handed off to Schmiederberg, and he was met at the line of scrimmage, but he continues to turn his legs for a quality gain of 4 yards, eventually taken down at the 40-yard line. So that's going to result in a 2nd down and 6 for the Green Wave. Cole Schmiederberg showcasing his lower body strength on that run.
I can't say enough, Sam, about the complimentary football that the Green Wave have played tonight. And it's not so much run and pass, right? It's not so much, run defense, pass defense, but it's really offense and defense. I mean, the defense has backed up absolutely every bit of what the offense has been putting down on the ground tonight. Excellent job by Kozlowski's squad, Sam.
2nd down and 6 from the Perham 40-yard line. Cole Bees, the tight end, getting thrown in motion left side of the offensive line. This one's going to go to Nowaski, trying to follow that tight end. Met at the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's going to get a short gain of maybe a half a yard on that one. The tackle for the Perham Yellowjackets is going to be awarded for no gain. Not once again, folks, I can't express my frustration enough in regards to this program being organized alphabetically, not numerically, so it makes it tough to immediately identify the tackler. I believe that tackler that was number 11, Dominic Reyes. So that's going to result in a 3rd down and 7 now from the 40-yard line. No gain on the previous play.
Green Wave playing ball control offense. I wouldn't be afraid to get to the air here and try and get that 4th down, or first down conversion, excuse me, and stay out of this 4th down upcoming. Nowaski able to shake a tackle. He runs his mouth to the middle. That's Schmiederberg, excuse me. And he does it all himself anyways. Excellent run there. That one's going to be a 12-yard gain for Schmiederberg as he's got the 1st down easily. Green Wave finally move the chains and get their first down, I believe, Sam, of the second half.
I believe you are correct, and this is the Cole Schmiederberg showcase drive so far. He's had a couple of tough runs, enough to move the chains. That one on a 3rd down and 7, able to pick up 12. So the Green Wave continue to move the chains, and they continue to take time off the clock. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 26-8. 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. East Grand Forks, Stassen under center, I formation. Nowaski and Schmiederberg behind him. Perham is absolutely stacking the box. Stassen designed quarterback option play. He's going to hold on to this one. He crosses the 20, crosses the 15, carrying a couple of Perham defenders, ultimately taken inside the 10. Tough running from Jacob Stassen, East Grand Forks. That brings their fans to their feet.
Excellent run by Stassen there, Sam. I just can't say enough. And respect him for following his block. He was not really moving that fast on that play, but he was following the right blocks the whole way up the field. Excellent run by Stassen. 20-yard gain as the PA announcer rings in. Green Wave in the RBB Electric red zone, and they're out for blood, Sam.
Stassen, that's great analysis from our color commentator, Adrian Cummings. Not necessarily moving at 100 miles an hour, but that's a sign of a well-coached team, just following your blocks and trusting the plays. 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. Stassen once again in I formation. He's going to hand this one off to a different back, a fumble, and Perham is going to hop on top of it. So Perham gets their first turnover of the football game. East Grand Forks inside the 10-yard line, not an area of the field where you would like to commit a turnover. I believe that was Braden Overgaard on the carry, the backup fullback for East Grand Forks. He was met at the line of scrimmage. The ball popped out, and Perham is now going to start this offensive drive deep inside their own territory from the 6-yard line.
Not to talk completely out of school, but a lot of times you do see that, Sam, with those fullback dive, fullback handoffs. I mean, the quarterback barely has enough time to turn and get the ball in the right spot, and this one just ended up missing by a few inches. Green Wave put the ball on the turf. Jackets jump all over it. Green Wave still leading in the turnover margin, +4 tonight, but the Jackets are going to want to drive long bit of field ahead of them, Sam.
Bloom handing this one off to his running back, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. On the tackle was Carson Zeese. Running to the outside on the far side. 2nd down and 10 now for the Yellowjackets. They trail the Green Wave by 3 possessions on our All True Health System scoreboard. East Grand Forks 26, Perham 8. The clock continues to drain in the 3rd quarter here. 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the 3rd frame.
And not that a coach wants to get reckless here, Sam, but this is an opportunity for them to maybe send in an extra rusher and really put some pressure on for the next down as
Bloom looking deep, has a man open. And he is able to connect through contact. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to be a defensive pass interference. That one is connected with Tyrus Codron. What a pass, as that is going to be connected for 35-yard completion. Bloom to Codron. Big play for the Perham Yellowjackets to get out of deep inside of their own territory near midfield.
So 35-yard completion. That being said, Bloom throwing probably from midway back in the end zone. So that was more like a 50-yard ball by Bloom. Just perfectly thrown. Jez Jones whistle for pass interference there, but the play is going to stand. So excellent conversion from the Jackets there. Big, long one-gainer play, Sam, and they maybe have a little bit of life over there in the Hive.
Got to give credit to Coudron making that catch through contact. That was a defensive pass interference. Another completed pass here for the Jackets as that's going to cross midfield near the line to gain. It's going to be short of, so it's going to be a second down and short. 9-yard completion to Gavin Griffin for the Yellowjackets, and you get a sense that Alex Bloom is starting to build some confidence.
And the Jackets aren't necessarily running a tempo type style, Sam, but they're playing quickly. I mean, they're subbing and they're not rushing up to the ball immediately, but the Jackets really getting that play call in very quickly and not afraid to kind of go to what's working, which is those long balls over the top. A couple nice completions for Bloom, and they have some serious yards on this drive.
Yellowjackets have to feel a sense of urgency. One-on-one matchup at the bottom of your screen. Ashton Detloff versus Jez Jones. Detloff, the star tight end here for the Perham Yellowjackets. Not enough time for the quarterback Bloom to identify any targets as he's going to use his feet to pick up the first down. That's going to cross midfield for the Jackets, and he's going to eventually run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 7 yards on the play. Bloom, once again, able to avoid pressure in the backfield. Got to give him credit, even though he's thrown an interception. That was a third down and long. The fumble that he lost on the last drive, I think the amount of plays that he's been able to make with his feet more than make up for the deficits that he's caused the Yellowjackets tonight. So first down and 10 for Perham from the East Grand Forks 41-yard line. Perham quickly, they started this drive inside their own 5-yard line, 35-yard completion from Bloom to Coudron. Got them near midfield. Play action pass here. Bloom rolling out to his right, directing traffic with his hands, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds. No targets in the area. However, he was out of the pocket, so that is not going to be an intentional grounding infraction. That's going to stop the clock with 1:40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. On our Ultra Health System scoreboard, East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-8.
Ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast brought to you by our network sponsors. We could not make it possible without them. Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at Rivards.com. Get ready for next year. Maybe a winter seed. They got something for you. And Grand Trailer Sales, just a stone's throw here from Senior High. All your trailer parts, sales, and service right here in East Grand Forks, Minnesota.
Perham Yellowjackets, little delay here after the incomplete pass. Getting ready for a second down and 10 from the East Grand 41-yard line. Bloom with running backs on both of his hips. Play action pass. He's going to look for his intended target, and that is going to be complete. That's going to be good enough for a first down and eventually taken down by the East Grand Forks secondary at the 25-yard line. Zacharias on the catch for the Yellowjackets.
The Yellowjackets really like that inside action, Sam. They like that stuff that's quick forming, quick breaking inside the hashes, and that's really where a lot of their gains in this drive have come. Obviously, the home run ball. But their other first down throws, I should say, have come in on those little inside slants, just guys crashing to the middle. Hot in a little bit of no man's land. Corner might be a step behind. Linebacker might be a step ahead. Safety might be a step, behind them. So a couple nice completions for the Jackets here.
Jackets putting some good offensive reps on tape here in this possession, and they're doing it all through the air. Bloom with running backs on both hips. He's going to hand it off to one of his backs, and he is going to cross the line of scrimmage, pick up 3 yards, so a short gain on the play. On the carry is number 8, Carson Zeese. So that's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7 for Perham from the 21-yard line. This East Grand Forks defense has been performing admirably, but Perham has put together a couple of good drives, and the amount of turnovers that they've given up, 3 on offense, 1 on special teams, I don't think we've been able to see this Yellow Jacket offense operate quite at the level or urgency they would like. Now trailing by 3 possessions with under 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter, I would like to see some increased urgency here from Perham if they're serious about a comeback attempt. Bloom immediately rolling out to his left. Got to think that was a designed rollout. Looking for Zacharias in the end zone, and that's going to be another pass interference. Intended target to Tate Zacharias at the near pylon of the East Grand Forks end zone, and that's going to be another penalty flag.
I think on the coverage there, Dodge Hall pretty much had a handful of jersey. Tough to dispute that one, Sam.
And once again, Zacharias almost able to come down with it despite the blanketed coverage from Dodge Hall. Dodge Hall is going to have a flag thrown on him, but tight on it, and that throw was right on the money from Bloom.
And Zachariah Sam is the type of receiver. He's got the type of frame that he very, very easily could be an all-conference player, if not an all-stater. I mean, just an excellent player. Gets a lot of receptions when you wouldn't expect guys to. But now, Perham, 6 seconds left, fading minutes of this third quarter, have an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. They've entered the RBB Electric red zone at the 11-yard line. Just 11 short yards separate them from the green end zone.
6.3 seconds remaining on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Operating from the 10-yard line, first down and 10, 12-yard line, facing pressure immediately is Bloom, and you got to think maybe that's an intentional grounding. I didn't see any targets in the area, and Bloom was still in the pocket, but there is no laundry on the field, so we're going to continue to play. Still 1.3 seconds remaining as the clock stops after the incomplete pass. So the Yellowjackets are going to have one more offensive rep in the third quarter before we go to the final frame.
Couple scratched heads there on the East Grand sideline, and I have to agree with him. I mean, there's no one within 25 yards of that ball, really, and he was in the pocket. I mean, he was just facing some pressure. He tried to double back, and Maverick Martin was kind of waiting to give him a big hug and a squeeze, but ends up throwing the ball away. Second left here in this third quarter. Jackets going to really try and stick something. I'd imagine they take their shot. It is second down, so they're still okay, and the refs are going to confer now.
You got to think, I mean, East Grand Forks defensive front has been a difference maker for the defensive unit for the Green Wave here tonight, but there has to be a little bit of frustration, as I think they've only had 2 sacks, one in the first quarter and then the lost fumble here in the third quarter as well. But they're certainly applying the pressure, forcing Bloom to escape from the pocket. And right here, we're getting ready for what should be the final play of the third quarter. Second down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Perham now empty backfield. Only Alex Bloom, and we're going to get a timeout from Perham here. And they might need that one later on with 1.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they had plenty of time in between plays there to draw something up. So maybe some confusion. Maybe they had 12 men on the field. So we're going to have a timeout on the field, 1.3 seconds remaining. And I think we're going to take this one with them. Might as well. We're going to take a quick break here. Word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with East Grand Forks High School football on KNOX.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Final play of the third quarter here, coming out of a timeout. That timeout was brought to you by Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. Second down and 10 from the 12-yard line for Perham. Bloom in the backfield with the running back to his right, dropping back to pass. Once again, facing immediate pressure, running backwards, and he's going to be sacked trying to do a shovel pass. There was a running back in the area. Some frustration up here in the press box as well, down at the sideline. But they're going to say his knee was down. So that is going to be a sack by East Grand Forks. 20, Cole Beast is going to get credited with the tackle. So a good defensive play there, and that's going to create a third down and a mile for Perham as they get ready for the fourth quarter. We're going to take another break here, folks. Don't go anywhere. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 26-8. We'll be right back with Minnesota High School football on KNOX.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to GrandForksWelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at PS.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter here in East Grand Forks on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network, 1310 a.m. 107.9 FM. And for those of you wanting to watch our video stream, you can do so by visiting our website, knoxradio.com. Click on the Live Sports tab. Green Wave leading Perham by a score of 26-8. Perham just lost 25 yards on the sack. Cole Beast is credited with the tackle for loss and sack on the play. So this is going to create a third down and forever, snapping it from the 29-yard line. The line the gain is the 2. So a 3rd and 27 officially on our All-True Health System scoreboard. Bloom dropping back, obvious passing situation once again, facing immediate pressure, and once again just throwing it to nobody towards the sideline. And now we're going to have a flag for intentional grounding, and I believe that's the right call. Bloom immediately facing pressure. I believe Maverick Martin was right there, along with Ryan Gravos as well. So the defensive unit absolutely keeping their foot on the gas pedal here in the fourth quarter. So this is going to create a 4th down and forever for the Perham Yellowjackets. The line to gain is at the 2-yard line, and they're backing up near midfield.
Just a couple of really questionable plays there, Sam, and kind of we were talking off here. A little bit of a head scratcher, burning a timeout. Then, you get an unfortunate couple pressure. Got to respect Kozlowski, though, dialing up that pressure at the right time, Sam. I mean, he's gotten it. 48 yards here to go, so it's going to be 4th and 48 for the Jackets. Probably going to punt, I'd imagine, but a nice little back-to-back pressure there from the Green Wave and really forcing a bad decision by Bloom, Sam.
So we might have some laterals in play here. This is a 4th down and 49 on the scoreboard. You do not see that number often. The line to gain is the 2, and they're snapping it right from the 50, and down 3 possessions, they have to go for it. And we're going to get another penalty, and I think Perham is going to continue to move in the wrong direction. That's going to move them back an extra 5 yards.
You got to kick the ball, right?
You got to think you got to punt here.
To be fair, Bloom, that guy can throw the ball. I mean, he's throwing it for 50 yards tonight, right? So, he's got the arm power. Problem is, East Grand knows it's coming.
And the problem also might be protecting him long enough to allow his receivers to get that far down the field as well. Immediately facing pressure.
That's kind of been the seminal issue tonight, Sam, is they just have not been able to really protect him at all, especially not on some of this pass pro. That's why they like that in-breaking quick stuff, as they do show punt here finally.
This defensive line for East Grand Forks, Maverick Martin, Rylan Gravos, and Messi Kalenda. That punt is going to go out of bounds. We're going to see where the referees mark this one off. It is going to eventually be downed at the 25-yard line, so able to at least force East Grand Forks to operate out of their own end of the field. So it's going to be a 1st down for East Grand Forks as they lead Perham by a score of 26-8 on our All-True Health System scoreboard. 11 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Sam, we were talking quite a bit about this kind of suffocating East Grand offensive side of the ball. This is where you got to have it, right? I mean, this is where you got to go on a 6, 7, 8-minute drive, and we've seen them do it tonight. Chew that time off the clock, get a score, put the nail in the coffin. This Green Wave is turning into a tidal wave shortly, Sam.
Well said, Adrian. I formation here. Stassen is going to hand this one off to Nowaski in the backfield. He has a hole to run through, and that's going to be a positive gain on 1st down. That's going to be good for 8 yards, eventually taken down at the East Grand Forks 31-yard line. So continuing to keep the foot on the gas pedal with their starters in the game, up 3 possessions.
Sky's getting a little bit darker here, Sam, behind us as we look to our southwest. I mean, it might start raining here shortly, so
we've somehow been able to avoid it up until this point. We got a report in the first quarter from our sports director, Ryan Cunningham, that it was raining at Grand Forks International, and also from Dean Braceth at Leighton World Headquarters on South Belmont in Grand Forks as well. But somehow there's a rain bubble around East Grand Forks Senior High. This one is going to be handed off to Overgaard, I believe. Braden Overgaard, he's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. That's going to result in a 3rd down and 2 for the Green Wave, leading Perham by a score of 26-8. Adrian, I want to give a shout-out to the offensive line who have been creating holes for Nowaski and Schmiederberg and Overgaard all night long. Offensive line, Maverick Martin, Messi Kalenda, Luke Massman, Sebastian Olson, Ryan Gravos, and a lot of those guys putting together a solid effort on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, the Grave have played just exceptional football up front. I mean, their front 5 and then their defensive front 4 have really just created issues all night long. I don't know if we can give them all the finest auto trim cover of the game, but certainly they are going to deserve it tonight.
I know in week 1, I gave the finest auto trim cover of the game to the entire East Grand Forks defensive line. Might be an easy cop-out in that regard, but it looks like they might be worthy of that same recognition here tonight. We're going to have a brief timeout on the field here. Not sure what the stoppage is. East Grand Forks preparing for a 3rd down and less than a yard from their own 34-yard line, and they're backing up, so this is going to be a illegal formation for the Green Wave. So what was a 3rd down and inches is now going to be a 3rd down and 6 for East Grand Forks from their own 29-yard line.
Folks, this broadcast brought to you by our network sponsors, Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales, as well as our timeout sponsors. We don't always catch them, but Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tires, among others. We could not do without our local support. If you love our local coverage, all we ask is that you support our partners. And Sam, we're not going to shut up about this year. We've got expanded coverage. We're going to have way more stuff than we did last year. You and I are not really much better on the mic, but certainly our video quality has improved. Our broadcasts are doing a lot better, and we're going to have a whole heck of a lot more for you. So check back to the station often, or of course our website, KNOXradio.com, under that live sports tab.
3rd down and 6 now for East Grand Forks. I formation here, Stassen under center. And another illegal formation here. I believe this one is going to be committed by the tight end, Cole Bees, getting thrown in formation 3 snaps. So that is going to be a false start for the Green Wave. So what was a 3rd down and inches resulted in a 3rd down and 6, and then back-to-back penalties now makes it a 3rd down and 11. So head coach Ryan Kosowski in a dominating fashion, what I think they're well on their way to a victory tonight, is certainly probably going to nitpick this offensive possession for areas for them to improve moving forward.
Sam, as we looked at on the bleachers, we see a couple umbrellas popping open and a couple fans filing out. I think the rain has arrived. Just nice little small drops for now, but hoping that a full-blown storm kind of staves off so the Green Wave can keep up with what they've had tonight. But nonetheless, excellent performance. Not a great drive, but overall nice night for the Wave.
Luca Carpenter has the umbrella over our camera, so we're going to be able to protect this video stream all night long, regardless of the weather conditions. Running back draw is going to go to the fullback, Cole Schmiederberg, but he's met at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be a 4th down and long from the East Grand Forks 25-yard line, and their punting unit is going to come out onto the field.
Tough break for the Wave there, Sam. They had an opportunity, 3rd and short, extend this drive, grind the play down, grind the clock down. Just not able to get it there. A couple dumb penalties, but you know what? If all you're worried about is 2 penalties in the 4th quarter, it's probably a pretty darn good football game, I would say.
And you know head coach Ryan Kosowski is a perfectionist, and East Grand Forks has played a near-perfect game up until this point, so he's probably going to nitpick this offensive possession for a way for them to improve moving forward. A dropped punt, Rustling able once again to recover. Fair catch called for by Perham at the 48-yard line. Rustling, that's his 2nd time where he's collected a snap that wasn't on target, and he's able to get a good foot on it to flip field position. We're going to take another time out here, folks. You are listening to Minnesota High School football. East Grand Forks leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 26-8.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Bricks of second G. 20. Yes. It's awesome.
Oh.
Okay. All right, he just dropped it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We missed a couple plays during the TV timeout. That TV timeout brought to you by Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. Perham Yellowjackets ran 2 offensive plays during the break, and now they're resulting in a 3rd down and 2. They had a completed pass good for 8 yards and then an incomplete pass. So let's see if they're able to convert on a 3rd down and 2 from the East Grand Forks 45-yard line. Empty backfield for Bloom, rolling out to his right, has his man met immediately. Great tackle by Jez Jones to jar that ball loose to force an incompletion. What a pass breakup by Jez Jones. That was a collegiate level play from the secondary for East Grand Forks. And this is 4-down territory from the 45-yard line of East Grand Forks. Perham trailing by 3 scores with 7 minutes and 53 seconds remaining on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. This is going to be a 4th down and 2.
Got to say, Sam, I thought that was going to be a first down, lock, stock, and barrel. But Jones not afraid to get contact, jars that ball loose, and now puts Perham in a 4th down spot.
Once again, Bloom empty in the backfield. Quick gets this one out, and that is intercepted. Intercepted on the far side of the field, and he might return it all the way back. That is going to be pick 6. Intercepted East Grand Forks. 26, Brody Knutson, I believe. 23, correction. That's Max Bees on the interception. He intercepted it at the 40-yard line. 60-yard return for a touchdown. East Grand Forks, that is their 5th turnover of the game, and they now lead the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 32-8, pending a point after attempt.
Excellent play, excellent read there. 55-yard house call by the Green Wave. Nice play there, exerting their dominance on the defensive side of the ball, Sam.
Wow, what a play, and that brought the fans to their feet here in East Grand Forks. The Green Wave have extended their lead, pending a point after, 32-8 on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Attempting the point after is going to be number 3, Carson McDonald for East Grand. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up and well through the uprights. And East Grand Forks defensive touchdown, now leading the Perham Yellowjackets by a score of 33-8 on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. 7 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. An amazing interception return by Max Bees.
Unbelievable performance, Sam, tonight. The Green Wave not shying away from their identity, which is going to be grind these games out, like you mentioned. This defensive performance, one of the best in recent memory. They got 5 turnovers on the night. They're winning the turnover margin +4. Just unheard of. Excellent football in all facets by the Wave, Sam.
Last season, Perham and East Grand Forks were at a 1-possession game. Now East Grand Forks have extended this to a 4-possession lead. So East Grand Forks certainly feeling good about themselves. And we might be at the stage of the game where we might see some reserves get entered in here for East Grand Forks. Head coach Ryan Kosowski has them humming at every facet of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. All 3 facets for the Green Wave have made big plays tonight.
You know, I would safe to say, Sam, that the Wave found the raid in the cabin and they brought it out tonight. These Yellowjackets have been just smothered in all aspects of the ball. They're going to be riding the bus home, licking their wounds, unfortunately.
Kicking off is McDonald. Perham just trying. That's going to be tough to come back from. That was a 4th down and 2. Bees intercepts it for a 60-yard return for a touchdown. This return is going to be carried out to the 25-yard line. We have many flags out on the field.
Must be a hold or probably a face mask because one looked like it came in on the tackle. We got one from the umpire in the back and one from the far side. Excellent boot there. That one fielded near the 5-yard line. We're going to get a block in the back.
It's on Perham. I think it's a block in the back, so that's going to mark them back into the shadows of their own uprights. They're going to operate inside the 10-yard line. Perham is trailing East Grand Forks by a score of 33-8 with 7 minutes and 32 seconds left. The ball is going to be marked right at the 10.
Steady rain, Sam, starting to trickle down here, but luckily the Green Wave have not going to leave this one to chances. They're just crushing the Perham Jackets tonight. They lead by a score of 33-8. 7.5 minutes remain on our Ultra Health Systems scoreboard.
Noticing that we're seeing some new defensive linemen here for the Green Wave, so an opportunity to get some younger players some game reps here in Week 3, which is always valuable to do for long-term success of a program, and you never know what's going to happen with injuries, so some quality reps here is we're going to have a timeout on the field.
I think they had 10 men on. I didn't think they had enough men, and it was too late to sub.
So timeout is taken by East Grand Forks. This timeout is brought to you by Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. Like we have said previously, please, if you're listening to this broadcast over the radio waves, 1310 AM, 1079 FM, or if you're watching on KNOXradio.com under the live sports tab, please make sure to support the sponsors that help us put these broadcasts on tonight and all season long. Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River, East Grand Forks High School, Polk County West, Sacred Heart when we get into basketball season. So we're going to be carrying this for you all season long.
And again, Sam, we're not going to shut up about it. Expanded coverage. I mean, if you're looking for track, if you're looking for volleyball, soccer, football, basketball, hockey, anything, I mean, we got it. We're covering it, folks, and we're happy to do that for you. Cannot do it without our live and local partners.
We're going to be excited to talk to head coach Ryan Koselski tomorrow on KNOX, 1310 AM, 1079 FM. Big play here for Perham. First play of this offensive possession from the 10-yard line, and he's eventually going to be tackled at the 42. So that's a gain of 32. That's a completion to Gavin Griffin. So Perham showing a sign of life. I believe they have their first team still in going up against the second team for East Grand Forks.
So an opportunity here for Perham to move the ball quickly. They're not really going to waste any time trying to provide a spark for this Jackets team, but they're looking to get into the honey, but the Green Wave are going to keep them away from it, Sam.
A swarm of Yellowjackets are going to be climbing back into their bus, and it's going to be a long bus ride back to Perham as they trail East Grand Forks by a score of 33-8. That's 4 possessions, 5 turnovers for East Grand Forks, 4 on defense, 1 on special teams. Bloom rolling out to his right, has a man. He's going to throw it to about 6 feet over his head. Nice catch by head coach Ryan Koselski on the sideline. We're looking forward to talking to him tomorrow during the coaches show at Perkins. That's going to be at 8 to 9. We're going to talk to head coach Ryan Koselski as well as the head coaches for Grand Forks Central, Jake Schauer, and head coach Vern Muir of Grand Forks Red River. So make sure to tune into that. And then afterwards for the Potato Bowl Parade, we're going to have Ryan Cunningham on the call for that. So make sure to tune in. And he's going to have coverage not only over the radio waves, but also we're going to have a video feed on KNOXradio.com for those of you who are not able to attend the parade in person. Make sure to tune in on the radio waves or check out the video feed on KNOXradio.com.
And our sources are indicating that float number 63, an early contender for the best float of the afternoon, or the morning rather, but we're looking forward to bringing you coverage. Of course, folks, we don't stop. We got all sorts of stuff. Sam, I believe you got the coaches show tomorrow morning. That's right.
That's right. I will be handling the coaches show tomorrow. Excited to talk to head coach Ryan Koselski. You got to think he's going to be light on his feet after what's sure to be a victory here tonight. And then he also does color commentary for UND football for Midcoast Sports. So he's going to be busy. He was a linebacker for UND, and you can see this East Grand Forks team emulating that strength and grit that he played with back when he was a player.
Yeah, and Cazzo is a pretty frequent flyer on that coaches show. Again, Perkins, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I won't say he's necessarily no high is too high, no low is too low, but looking forward to getting his thoughts as the Perham Jackets hand this one off tackle right side, but this one's wrapped up in the backfield for a 5 or 6 yard loss. So it's going to be now 4th and 10 from the 42-yard line for the Jackets.
Nice tackle by number 42, Ryan Rockstead, the senior defensive lineman, 5'10", 215 pounds, taking down the Perham running back in the backfield for a loss of 5. So a 4th down and long as the clock continues to tick. 5.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Green Wave leading the Yellowjackets by a score of 33-8 as the rain is starting to fall a little bit more heavy.
Beautiful sight for those of you watching on KNOX TV. Just looks beautiful against those stadium lights. Thankfully, we're warm in the press box. Been warm all night as the punt comes in here. Low flying kick, but a decent one. Going to be fielded in the backfield by the Wave. Actually, scratch that. This one's going to be down at the 30-yard line by the Jackets. So we'll see if we get a little bit of a different offensive look for the Green Wave here. Maybe a new man in the backfield. We're not sure.
I would expect to see quarterback Weston Bratrud get some reps here, backup quarterback for East Grand Forks. I know in the preseason there was a little bit of a quarterback competition, so it's time for him to maybe prove himself, but I would imagine we're going to see a heavy dosage of runs on the ground here for East Grand Forks, as they're not going to try to run up the score. Leading the Perham Yellowjackets by 4 possessions, 5 turnovers on the night, 4 on defense, 1 on special teams. So that's a turnover margin of +4 for the Green Wave. And usually when you have a turnover margin like that, you're not going to lose a lot of football games.
Yeah, Drew Carpenter led this Green Wave team last year. So coming into the season, a little bit of an open battle, but it seems like they found their man. And I doubt Koselski is looking back and thinking, man, he made the wrong decision. Excellent quarterback play for the Green Wave all evening long as this handoff goes right off the tackle. And this one's going to be grinded forward for 7 yards there.
And
Cole Schmiederberg with a nice gain.
And we still see the starting backfield and quarterback in for East Grand Forks. Cole Schmiederberg, not sure if Nowaski is in the game, but under center is still Jacob Stassen for East Grand Forks. So after that last offensive possession, maybe head coach Ryan Kosowski wants his first team to end on a positive note. As we're wrapping up, just under 5 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. East Grand Forks, Minnesota. You're listening to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Sports Network, 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. Also, watch our video feed on KNOXradio.com under the Live Sports tab, or if you want to simplify things, go to YouTube and utilize your search bar and look up KNOX Live Sports.
I believe Bratrud is in now, Sam. He's going to hand this one off to the tackle on the left side. Nice gain by the Green Wave here. This one's going to be about a 14-yard gain or so. So the Green Wave, I don't think they're really trying to do it, but they've really just had the run blocking and Roxon with a very nice carry there. So the Green Wave, not only, right, you're giving your starters an opportunity to maybe take a breath or two, but, now they are cycling in some of those players that might not get some regular experience. They're building a little bit of depth later in the season. Maybe a guy gets an injury. Maybe a game doesn't go the way you want. Right now you have some players with a little bit more of this in-game live-action varsity football experience. It's only going to help them down the stretch.
Ryan Rockstead taking advantage. He ended that last defensive possession with a 5-yard sack. 5-yard loss sack, and then just got a nice rush there from his fullback position. So Rockstead utilizing his reps, putting some good plays on tape. So now we're going to have a 1st down and 10 near midfield for the Green Wave from their own 48-yard line. Bratrud under center. He's going to hand this one off to Rye. Actually, this is going to be a quarterback keeper for Bratrud. He's going to carry this across midfield. He's going to be tackled at the Jackets' 45-yard line, so that's going to be good for 7 yards on the carry. Nice deception in the backfield from Bratrud, faking the give to Rockstead, opts to keep it himself. In the backfield right now, we have Ryan Rockstead and Dodge Hall for the Green Wave. 2nd down and 4 at the 45-yard line of the Yellowjackets. Walking up to the line of scrimmage, no urgency at all, just under 3 minutes left to go on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Bratrud under center, surveying the defensive unit. Sure looks like the Jackets are stacking that line of scrimmage, expecting a run play, and I'm sure they're probably going to guess correctly. This one's either going to go to Rockstead or Dodge Hall, but we also saw Bratrud keep one. This one's going to go to Rockstead. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to fall forward near the line to gain. They're going to mark him down at the 44-yard line. The line to gain is the 43, so this is going to be a 3rd down and 1 for the Green Wave. In correction, that was Brody Anderson with the carry for the Green Wave.
The Green Wave, Sam, just really playing excellent football as the Jackets have now stacked the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the field. So as they get a late sub there, if they do get it, they're going to stack the box Perham. And I think Green Wave are probably just looking for one more 1st down, and they might wave the white flag in this one. Just over 2 minutes remaining on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Green Wave leading this one comfortably by 25, 33-8.
And Bratrud's going to fake the give to Odegaard, keep this one himself, and he has some room to run on the near side. He's eventually going to be taken down at the 31-yard line, so that's going to be a gain of 8 for East Grand Forks, and that's going to be good to move the chains once again for a fresh set of downs for the Green Wave. Just a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. East Grand Forks leading Perham by a score of 33-8. Just a dominant performance. We're going to be excited. Don't go anywhere. We're going to recap all of the action during the post-game show, give you a scoring summary, and hand out some awards. Player of the game, cover of the game, celebration of the game, play of the game. Utilizing advanced and improved coverage this season, our ability to capture these replays. So don't go anywhere if you're watching online. And certainly we're going to try to paint a good picture for you over the radio waves as well. So stay dialed in for the postgame show. Bratrud, I formation. He's going to hand this one off. I believe that is Braden Overgard. Overgard is going to go to the 28-yard line. Correction, that's Brody Anderson again. We're seeing a consistent sub-ins and sub-outs here as East Grand Forks is replacing 6-7 players at a time here during the later stages of the fourth quarter. Only 34 seconds remaining. They might let this clock run out.
This could be victory formation, Sam. No play clock again in Minnesota. They've added the shot clock in basketball. Football maybe a couple years behind, but the Green Wave probably going to run one more play as our time is just winding down. Now just 20 seconds remaining, and we see a tight victory formation here. So the Green Wave Going to move to 3-0 on the season, Sam. Excellent football tonight by Keselowski and his squad. We'll break it down for you again in the postgame. Fantastic football game by the Green Wave. And this one is going to go final, folks. Once I find my button here.
Final score, East Grand Forks 33, Perham 8. East Grand Forks improves to 3-0 on the season. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors, but do not go anywhere. We will be right back with our postgame show on 1310 1079 FM KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Jackets by a score of 33-8. Now we are on to the postgame show, brought to you by Lake Region State College. We change lives, as well as Spray Advantage. Everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Adrian, as fast as you can, maybe can we run through a scoring summary before we get into the awards?
Absolutely, Sam. So most of the action going to be packed into the first half of this one, although we do have a nice play in the second half. Green Wave opened the scoring. Nowacki, 10-yard touchdown run on a fourth down. That was at 7-10 in the first quarter. They take the lead there, but they do not get the PAT, so they, at that time, lead 6-0. In the closing seconds of the quarter, 59 seconds, again, Nowacki, a 4-yard touchdown run. That one, of course, set up by that big 49-yard gain that he had off tackle right side, made it all the way down, and then able to punch that one in. The Green Wave end the first quarter with a 12-0 lead, and they kept going in the second quarter, Nowacki, a 30-yard touchdown run. You'll get another look at that one with our proceed highlight of the game. Nowacki had that nice 30-yard touchdown run. Quickly, not even 35 seconds later, the Green Wave able to turn the ball over. I believe that was a fumble recovery. I'm not sure. I mean, the Green Wave had 5 turnovers tonight, so tough to keep track of them all for us. But Nowacki pounds that one in for the 5-yard touchdown run. His 4th touchdown of the night at that time, and the Green Wave surrendered just a final score in the last seconds, timeout expiring. To the Yellowjackets, They surrender the score with 0 seconds left in the scoreboard. 1-yard touchdown catch by Zachariah. That would be the last score of the game for the Yellowjackets, although we did not know it at that time. Green Wave led 26-8 heading into the half, and they finished this game out with just a lone score in the second half with 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Max B's a 55-yard house call interception. Excellent play by him. Just a monster defensive performance on this Green Wave defense tonight. I mean, their offense played great, but their defense really kind of took in what they wanted. So excellent performance. The Green Wave end up winning this one by a score of 33-0 in a dominant fashion, Sam. And I think we got to have a serious discussion about them being considered the class of the conference.
The East Grand Forks absolutely put on a clinic here tonight in their 4-score victory over the Perham Yellowjackets. And I'm going to hand out the player of the game, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. The PS stands for Pride and Service. And if you score 4 touchdowns, you deserve to be awarded the player of the game. Over 150 yards rushing on the night for Jordan Nowacki. 4 touchdowns, all coming in the first half to give the Green Wave a comfortable lead going into the second half of the football game. So your PS Garage Doors player of the game is going to be awarded to Jordan Nowaski. PS Garage Doors, the PS stands for Pride and Service. Now we're going to give out the cover of the game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim, and we alluded to it earlier in the broadcast, and I'm going to give the Finest Auto Trim cover of the game to the entirety of the defensive line for East Grand Forks, absolutely suffocating the Yellowjackets. Any efforts that they had on the ground were absolutely wiped out, and they were absolutely applying pressure to the quarterback for the Yellowjackets, Alex Bloom, all night long. So the Finest Auto Trim cover of the game is going to go to the defensive line for East Grand Forks, Messi Kalenda, Maverick Martin, and Rylan Gravos, as well as the linebackers who are coming up to the line of scrimmage to provide extra support as well.
Honorable mention to Max Beeson, that 55-yard exclamation point interception. It was a great play. We're unable to catch a replay. You can find it on our stream, though, KNOX TV on YouTube. We're going to take you through our final 2 highlights of the evening, our final 2 post-game awards to give out, if you will. Going to be a condensed post-game for us tonight. This is going to be our Proceed highlight of the game. It's going to also include our Balloons by Misty celebration of the game. This brought to you by Proceed. Need seed, think Proceed. So this one's going to be the 30-yard touchdown run by Nowacki. This comes at 6:34 in the second quarter. As you see him take the snap here, he breaks 2 tackles. Nice job getting into that second level. Breaks one there, sheds one there, and he goes in. And then right at the end, we're going to see this celebration. He gets mobbed by the team. Excellent performance by Nowacki tonight. That's going to be our Balloons by Misty. If I can find it here, our Balloons by Misty.
Celebration of the game. The party does not begin until the balloons arrive. So that Jordan Nowaski 30-yard rushing touchdown is going to be our Proceed highlight of the game, and then that also couples with our Balloons by Misty celebration of the game. We'll take one more look at that one. Jordan Nowaski taking the pitch from the starting quarterback, Jacob Stassen, to the right side, breaking through the defensive line, untouched until 5 yards, but he was able to break a couple tackles on the outside as he rushes towards the outside pylon and then gets mobbed by his offensive line. So that's going to be the Proceed highlight of the game, and also the Balloons by Misty celebration of the game. That's going to do it for us tonight. This post-game show was brought to you by Lake Region State College. We change lives and Spray Advantage. Everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Final score tonight, East Grand Forks 33, Yellowjackets 8. Make sure to tune in to the Coaches Show tomorrow morning, 1310 a.m., 107.9 FM.